The following is an exclusive presentation of Access TV Sports.
Kevin, a year ago we were supposed to fight and you pulled out due to an injury. Where's your doctor's note?
Damon, the reason they call you the leech is because you suck.
Are you ready for war? Oh, listen to that ovation for the bad boy. Oh, jumping knee. Oh, that's one of the best knockouts we've ever freaking seen. He's out. He's asleep. He's out. That was He broke his nose. He broke his nose. Big Kimosh. It's good night, freaking Irene. That was awesome.
Tonight, we're inside the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana for the biggest bad blood fight in all of mixed martial arts. It's Damon Jackson versus Kevin Aguilar. Welcome to Legacy Fighting Alliance number 4. G'day everybody, I'm Michael Chiavello. Great to be back here in Bossier City, Louisiana. I'm joined as always by my verbal sparring partner, UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. Pat, our main event tonight, not only for the Featherweight Championship of the World, but it is genuine bad blood as the Leech Damon Jackson takes on Kevin Aguilar. A true clash of styles. Aguilar fast and effective on the feet. Damon Jackson, an absolute monster on the ground.
Oh, he is. I mean, he's got really good wrestling skills, Michael. He's able to use those wrestling skills to get guys to the ground, where he's very creative and very strong on the ground, is able to get positions on people, dominate them, and get those submissions. Also has a few knockouts to his name, though.
Undefeated in his last 4 fights, Damon Jackson looking to keep the streak alive here tonight. Says he will finish Kevin Aguilar. Aguilar, however, has plans for Damon Jackson, and Aguilar, Pat, comes in on a 3-fight winning streak.
Yeah, and Aguilar has been performing great, Michael. He's a very strong guy. His footwork is very crisp, very quick, lightning fast hands, great kicks. And he is good on the ground also, Michael. I don't think that Jackson runs him over on the ground at all. I think he's capable of holding his own there. We'll just wait and see. It could come down to endurance, quite frankly, in this fight, Michael.
Will Aguilar be too fast for Damon Jackson? Can he avoid the takedowns? Will Jackson fall prey to the fast hands of Aguilar? Aguilar comes in the underdog tonight with the bookmakers at plus 220. The favourite Damon Jackson at minus 300. For more on this epic main event, let's park our peepers backstage to Rove and Ronnie Kruk.
Hey guys, well, we just heard our resident UFC Hall of Famer give his take on the main event, but I've got another point of view from a former Legacy champion and a guy who's been in the cage with both of them. 8-time UFC veteran Leonard Garcia captured the Legacy belt back in 2013 with a win over Kevin Aguilar. He gave up the belt the following year when he lost to Damon Jackson. He broke down the strengths of both of these guys, beginning with Aguilar, saying he's quick, powerful, he's a great outside-the-pocket fighter, and has the potential to land that big shot and end a fight at any moment. Garcia's take on Jackson was he's very patient. He'll wait for his opportunity to take his opponent down, and when he does, he has great control, impressive transitions, and one of the best wrestling games around. So who is Leonard Garcia predicting will be the winner tonight? Well, he thinks Aguilar's movement and athleticism will be key. He'll dictate the pace of the fight and not let Jackson turn this into a wrestling match. Leonard Garcia feels that Kevin Aguilar will walk away tonight with the LFA hardware. Michael?
Thanks, Ron. And in our other main event tonight, it should be an absolute rip snorter. The Women's Flyweight Championship of the World is up for grabs as Heather Bassett takes on Andrea KGB Lee. You know Heather Bassett wants to get this fight on the ground. Andrea Lee, though, Pat, has phenomenal stand-up skills.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. She's got great ground skills also, Michael. And she's in phenomenal shape for this fight. Even you said that girl is ripped. She's obviously in great shape, and I've never seen her come in out of shape. But her striking is second to none, and her ground game has vastly improved.
Andrea Lee's gone 3-2 in her last 5. 4 of those fights against the very best over at Invicta. Heather Bassett comes in tonight off back-to-back wins. She's also going to be a massive underdog tonight, Pat.
Yeah, this will be a huge upset if she wins. If I'm Bassett, I'm going for broke. I'm trying everything, and I really don't care about taking risks. I mean, I'm going to throw a lot of bombs. I'm going to look for takedowns, go for submissions whenever I can, try and catch her when she's dry early, get a leg lock, an arm bar, a choke, anything, and try and end this fight.
As we said, Pat, Andrea Lee looked ripped, stripped and striated at yesterday's weigh-ins. However, Bassett struggled to make weight.
Yeah, she did. She had a tough time, and I know she broke down a little bit, which can really wear on a fighter. We'll see how she is mentally tonight, Michael.
Well, the odds on this one, the money has blown out over the last hour on Andrea Lee. She is now minus 1,200 to win tonight. The comeback on Heather Bassett at plus 600. Folks, take a look at the rest of the stacked card here at LFA number 4. We kick it off with Brandon Shavers taking on Mike Murphy, 2 undefeated fighters. Nick Jackson takes on the poetically named Chauncey Foxworth at welterweight. David Bosnick goes up against Brian Billiot at lightweight. And then in what should be an absolute cracker, D-Rock Derek Krantz is back in action. He takes on Haywood Charles. Pat, take us through tonight's rules.
Yes, sir. The Louisiana Boxing and Wrestling Commission will oversee tonight's event. Unified rules will be used, which means elbows to downed opponents are legal. The title fights tonight are 5 5-minute rounds. All the other fights are 3 5-minute rounds, and the 10-point must scoring system will be used.
We are ready to kick off what should be an epic night of action. And it's Brandon Shavers taking on Mike Murphy, 2 undefeated fighters at lightweight. For our official introductions, let's go to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live around the world on Access TV from the sold-out Riverdome here at the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana for LFA 4 Aguilar versus Jackson. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by Inca Cola, Venom, and GLC 2000. Tonight's fights are sanctioned by the Louisiana State Athletic Commission, overseen by Commissioner Buddy Ambonado and Deputy Commissioner Ricky Norris. Your judges Octagon side, Todd Singletary, Chris Hill, and Joel Hicks. Your referees Octagon side tonight, Buddy Caskey and Stan McCandlish. Your timekeeper tonight, Jared Baker. Your physicians Octagon side, Dr. Adam Canyon and Dr. Ryan Campbell. Your LFA Cup man, David Maldonado. Ladies and gentlemen, on now with our first fight of LFA 4. Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Mike Murphy.
Year-old Mike Murphy out of Longview, Texas, comes in undefeated 1-0. These two fought as amateurs on that night. It was Brandon Shavers who won by TKO. Murphy says it's all different this time. Says his submissions are better, but he's still going to try and stand and bang with Shavers. You know, Pat, even though Brandon Shavers had no idea who Ernie Shavers was when I asked if they were related, still maybe not a good idea to stand with anyone named Shavers.
No, I mean, let's be honest with him. Murphy's getting TKO'd in their first match and then wanting to stand up with a guy that's 6'4", 155-pound fighter is not the first choice I would make, I can tell you that.
Please welcome his opponent, making his way to the LFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Brandon the Shader Shavers.
He kind of looks like Ernie Shavers.
That's why I asked him,
I
Pat,
swear,
if he,
man, his
I really did.
His facial structure.
I genuinely asked him yesterday, you were there, if he was related to Ernie Shavers, but the young kid had no idea who the legendary Ernie Shavers was. But this is Brandon Shavers. As Pat said, very tall, very lean, very lanky. Fights out of Alexandria, Louisiana. Look out for his power left hand. He is a southpaw. Look out for his nasty head kick. Shavers had a 6-week camp in preparation for this one. He says history will repeat itself tonight. He TKO'd Mike Murphy at Bayou Beatdown back in May 2014. Though he's worked on his ground game, he says he'll knock him out standing again tonight.
You know, you'd expect a guy that's 6'4" to 155 pounds to not be that muscular, but he's jacked.
Let's look at the tail of the tape for our opening matchup here at Legacy Fighting Alliance number 4. 2 undefeated men, Shavers 7 years the younger, 4 inches the taller, has 7 inches reach in the arms, 5 inches longer in the legs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA lightweight division, and it's brought to you by Inca Cola, the Golden Cola, Unleash your inner warrior and drink an ice-cold Inca Cola tonight. Check us out on the web, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Inca Cola USA. That's Inca with a C, Cola with a K, USA. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Kung Fu style fighter stands 6 foot tall, weighed in at 155.6 pounds. Holding a professional record, 1 win, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of submission. Training out of Team 515 and fighting out of Longview, Texas, Mike Murphy. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 6'4", weighed in at 154 pounds, holding a professional record, 2 wins, 0 defeats, with all 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Training by Global, Baga, BJJ, and fighting out of Alexandria, Louisiana, Brandon the Shredder Shavers. Your referee in charge of the action, Stan McCandlish.
All right, guys, we went over the rules earlier. Any questions? Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. If you want to touch it up, do it now. Let's go.
Massive height and reach difference between these two. Brandon Shavers with Big Alan Gray in his corner, taking on Mike Murphy with Wade Pomeroy and James Compton in his.
Back up.
3 rounds of action, but will it go that far? Rematch from their amateur days. Southpaw stance on both of these men. Look out for the head kicks on Shavers. A high kick early on off the back leg, being the left leg of the southpaw. And there's one. Switching to orthodox stance for Mike Murphy.
Shavers almost standing like a taekwondo fighter. Bouncing.
Yeah. Very much bouncing up and down to the balls of his feet. Very agile. Hands a little low, chin a little high, though, for my liking, on Brandon Shavers.
Tall fighters sometimes do that with their chin out, lean back when punches come.
Sammy Schilt was renowned for that in K1 until a guy called Badr Hari exposed him in Amsterdam on a Showtime show.
Badr's pretty tall, though. Badr's a big dude, 6'6".
Oh, yeah. Just a filling out process in the opening minute here. Beautiful rib kick off the back leg again from Shavers.
Thrown 3 or 4 of those already.
Flurries forward, almost lands a right hand. 2 men who know each other well.
Murphy's talking to him, talking smack.
Murphy smiling, enjoying himself in there. Looking for revenge tonight. Side kick to the knee, then one up to the upper thigh. Nice work. Jumping front kick, follow through right hand from Mike Murphy.
Shavers shut that takedown down real quick.
Clinching up for the first time, overhook on that right arm here from Brandon Shavers. Great crowd filing in still here at the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. This place has been alive over the last week in Elevate Fever.
Great fight fans down here. Knee to the groin, I heard the cup. Shavers doing a good job inside tie with his right hand there. So he's also grabbing the hand. Smart.
Break off with an elbow and a right hand there from Murphy. Rib kick from Shavers, follow through 2-punch combination, missed the target. A little bit of Taekwondo stylings there from Murphy. Both men with some acrobatics in the first round. Good counter cross down the tube from Shavers.
Easy to do when your arms are as long as your opponent's legs.
And there's that second groin strike to Brandon Shavers. And you'll get a moment here to shake the old fella back into place. Referee McCandlish just having a few cautionary words there with Mike Murphy.
I understand.
Murphy's looking in there, make sure it's still there. Or, sorry, Shavers.
Shavers feeling the old lolly bag, checking all the goodies are still there and still in place. Could have as long as 5 minutes to recover here. 2.5 minutes for each testicle, Pat. That's standard regulation.
Yes.
And he's okay to go on. Bouncing up and down. The balls of his feet here. Nice cutting side kick there from Shavers. Jumping front kick from Murphy.
I'd definitely be chopping at that lead leg on Shavers. Got to set it up with his hands, though, first.
Good roundhouse kick off the back leg again from Shavers. Jab two, follow through another jab two. Both men having their moments, but still exhibiting quite a bit of caution here in the opening round.
Yeah.
Under 90 seconds remaining.
Got through the arms that time.
Shavers face off the back leg, cuts a side kick off the lead leg. Just look at the physique here on Brandon Shavers. Cracks another one into the right rib cage. Follow through left hand, the power hand of the southpaw. Murphy spinning back kick, hoping to find the solar plexus. High right round kick, also missed the target. And those careering roundhouse kicks off the left leg of Brandon Shavers are slowly breaking down Mike Murphy.
Yeah, the one over here by us on the cage definitely hurt him. Shavers recognized it, landed a couple punches right after.
Getting coached through every move here, Brandon Shavers, by Big Alan Graypack.
Alan seems to know what he's talking about.
Full of praise for this towering young man. Beautiful lead left hand. On the back foot now, Murphy.
I think Shaver, he's got to quit overrunning his reach. He runs in so fast that he compresses his punches and he can't get full extension on him. He could sit back a lot further and just keep tagging him.
We go to the towers at the end of one. Let us know your scorecards and how you're enjoying the fights tonight. Follow us on Twitter. It's at Chevello Voice, at Pat Miletich, at R-Cruck.
You're going to be in and punching all the way out, all right? You're sitting right on the end of his punches. The only time he throws combination is when you get your back up against the cage. And then he comes in.
Being square with him, 1-2. When he's going to look for the takedown, he's going to be 5. Okay? The liver kicks looks beautiful. Throw 2 liver kicks, come back to the head after. If you wanted, if it's ranging. You get what I'm saying? He's throwing all that trash. He throws really crazy stuff. Sit down.
Perfect offensive weapon when it's a southpaw against a righty is that rear leg kick from either guy. Shaver's taking advantage of it, beating up that arm, and then finally getting through and landing some of those kicks to the body. And you could tell it was visibly starting to take its toll on him.
Ready to rock and roll. Second round, first round, no doubt. Going the way of Brandon Shavers. Those kicks proving the difference. And you could hear Alan Gray between rounds telling Shavers, let's go to the liver. Let's try and kick him in the liver.
Yep, couple liver kicks and then go back upstairs to the head with the hands. Murphy's corner saying, you're sitting on the end of his punches. You got to quit that. Stop putting your back against the cage because that's when he explodes on you.
Up on the balls of his feet again here, Brandon Shavers.
Oh, nice body kick again.
Cracks away to the ribs. He gets some velocity on those kicks, Shavers.
Yeah, they're getting through. You can see the red marks on his body there.
You know, it's fine and dandy to be a tall fighter and have those God-giving advantages, but it's of no use if you don't know how to use your reach and use your height.
Nice timing, but Shaver's doing a good job getting his hips back. Let's see if he can stop this. Good job. Ripped his arms up past his hips.
Again, you look at the success of someone like Semi Schultz, 6'11", 4-time K1 champion, and someone like Hong Man Choi, 7'3", who didn't know how to use his height.
Right. Big
As
difference.
a result, took a lot of punishment. Of course, that's negated on the ground. We'll see if Murphy can get Shavers down.
He got in deep on that last attempt. Shavers shut him down, so.
Improve your position. Let's work.
Big night of action here in Bossier City. Two world title fights in a double main event. Bassett and Andrew Lee, Kevin Aguilar and Damon Jackson. This is the opening fight, Mike Murphy versus Brandon Shavers. Let's go to Rovin Ron in Shavers' corner. Ron?
Yeah, Alan Gray, Michael, he said he wants him to keep throwing solid twos, throw the liver kick as well, and then follow that up going to the head. And I love this part. You saw Shavers grinning in that first round. Well, Alan said, keep doing it. I love it. I want to see you laughing all night. Michael.
Thanks, Ron.
Shavers doing a good job. He's obviously got huge hands, grabbing a hold of those wrists of Murphy. Always aware of hand control.
What's Murphy's intent here, Pat?
Well, obviously he'd like to get the fight to the ground, but he's just not systematically. He's got to go to a single leg here and move on with it. When you get a single, you got to do something with it. Either that crotch lift, but you got such a tall guy, that's going to be difficult. You've got to rotate him off the cage and then go to a bar cigar, a knee tap, anything else. But from here, just there's nothing going to happen.
What's a bar cigar?
It's a takedown, switching off. Switching off to basically a double leg from a single, an explosive. If they don't get hand control on you, it makes it easy for you to do. And the referee needs to stop it and fix the wraps here of Shavers.
My friend, that's why they call you the super coach.
I got him coming.
Switch up roundhouse kick there from Brandon Shavers. Nice cross off the left hand.
And he peeled off right after that.
Head kick goes for the headache maker, then goes down to the ribs. The power kicks again off the back leg of Shavers. Chin in the air here though. Can Murphy
he's
tag
tagged
him?
because of it.
Chance for Murphy, and he caught him a couple of times. Don't know how much damage he did, but you've got to tuck that chin, Brandon Shavers.
Looked like he rocked him a little bit one time. Turned his head pretty good.
That may have been the chance that Mike Murphy needed, but just couldn't capitalize enough.
Stop, turn.
And now David Maldonado is going to come in and fix those wraps.
You got shit in your blood. Stay there.
Stan McCandlish keeping them in the exact same position and recommences this here. It's 1 minute remaining in the second round. First round unofficially, we gave the way of Brandon Shavers.
The Shavers now looking for a takedown.
Fingers out of the cage. Fingers out of the cage.
Referee recognizing Shavers had his fingers in the cage there. Good awareness. Murphy is standing at the end of these shots. Wrong distance, man. Either way outside or way inside. There's just no, you can't hang out there. Can't do it.
Shavers, who won his last fight in the first round, he TKO'd Jesse Butler, who we saw in our undercard here tonight.
Now he's against the cage here. Let's see how long it takes Shavers to go off on it. Yeah, there it is. Good timing.
Stop.
2 down, 1 to go.
Over here, Alan. Alan, right here. Right here.
That mid-range for him to throw that kick. That's all he's doing. And whenever you get against the cage, he starts letting this combo go. All right.
I think the grappling is strong.
Yeah, your grappling is probably going to be dirty him. Man. So if you want to get the takedown, go for the takedown. He's keeping his legs.
Listen, when you go for that hard two, you need to step a little bit with your left foot more. Okay, you need to step in with it. Okay, and when you throw that liver kick, you continue to throw it to his elbow, right? You need to throw a punch behind it. You know what I'm saying? Hit the liver where he's blocking, and then come let the foot fall forward and throw with this hand right here. All right. On the ring, stop. Get your head here. Push his head with your head. Bend down and get your head under it so you can control him against the ring better. Okay. Hit him with some big elbows. You get his heads up. You can smash his face.
Great instruction there from Alan Gray. 2018 to Brandon Shavers after 2. It's all for Mike Murphy to do in the third and final.
Last round, fight!
Let's go to Ron in Murphy's corner. Ron?
Yeah, their advice, Michael, was they want to see him backing Shavers up. They also feel confident with his ground game, so look for Mike Murphy to try and take Shavers down. Michael.
Thanks, Ron.
Tried in the second round, but was not able to get him there.
Roundhouse kick, aim for the ribs, caught on the forearms. Beautiful snaking left cross there from Shavers. Fires it again down the centre corridor. Murphy cracks away at the left forearm.
Is Murphy going to shoot for a double leg?
Lasted longer than their first match as amateurs.
Let's go, guys.
Murphy talking to Shavers here, inviting him in, and Shavers obliges with a side kick to the midsection. Turning back kick, high right and roundhouse from Mike Murphy. Acrobatic and flashy to look at, but ineffective, Pat.
I see no reason for it, honestly. You know, if you're way ahead on the cards and you're dominating somebody, sure, you want to get a highlight knockout on somebody, yeah, go for it. But it makes zero sense.
Pat, at this stage of the fight, I think the guys should be pulling out the stops a little more here. They're still sitting back a lot, still really feeling each other out, and we're here in the third round.
Well, I think, you know, granted, you know, not a lot of experience in there, to be honest with you. Shavers has to feel he's in control, so it's not like he has to go, you know, balls to the wall or anything. Murphy's the one that needs to be getting after it, punching his way in, getting the takedown, and going for submissions here. That's, I mean, it's got to be obvious to his corner. His corner should have been telling him that.
We will say that Pat's scorecards do appear on the giant screens in the arena between rounds as well. So corners are permitted to, of course, look at those scorecards and at least gauge how it's being judged here by us at ringside.
I think the judges many times look up there and see my score and go, Miletich is always wrong, and just score it the other way.
Yes, hello to Boston Salmon.
Yeah.
We hope there's no repeats in Denver next Friday night. Nice combination and that thunderous hook off the backhand missing for Shavers.
Ryan Spann between rounds, noticing that Shavers' left leg was hurt, and he hasn't really used it a whole lot this round, so Spann actually might know what the hell he's talking about.
I had to refrain from calling Shavers a beanpole, Pat. I didn't want to offend Ryan Spann, of course. He's got the monopoly.
He's the beanpole. I mean, you got to stick with it.
1:45 remaining. Murphy needs to go, and he needs to go now. Good left hand backs him up.
That hit solid. Let's see Shavers follow up a little bit more.
3-2 there from Shavers. Murphy looping punches. But Shavers on his bike, moving around, goes straight down the center once more.
Murphy going to keep walking him down. He's doing a good job right now doing it.
Let's go to Ron.
You guys called it. Just talked to Shavers' corner, and yes, he had a leg injury that he actually suffered in camp. They decided, hey, we're going to fight through this, but in the first round, a lower kick hit him in the lower part of the leg and hurt it, and it activated up. That could be why Shavers is sitting back a little bit. Michael.
Thanks, Ron.
A lot of guys early in their career will turn their kick over too much and hit with the outside edge of the leg instead of the inside edge of the shin and the tibia. Damage the fibula and the muscle tissue on the outside. That's a good way to learn a lesson not to kick like that, I'll tell you what.
20 seconds now for Mike Murphy to put the foot down. He's backing up Shavers, but can he clip it? Can he tag it?
Murphy should have been doing this the entire fight.
Shavers straight line punches again, proving more effective than Murphy's loops.
Nice.
Oh, stings him with the left cross. Takedown after the bell from Murphy. Showed the aggression far too late. And we're edging this one the way of Brandon Shavers. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter, at Chevello Voice, at Pat Miletich, at rcruck.
Keep him out.
There's toward the end of the third round. Murphy was trying to press the issue a little late in the fight to be doing that. Should have been doing it a lot earlier, but Shavers sitting back, using good reach, landing some shots here. And a little extracurricular activity after the bell. Murphy claimed he got one takedown on Shavers.
.30-27 on Pat's scorecard. The freshly bespoked Mike Kendall is in the octagon. Let's go to him now for this decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts, we go to the judges' scorecards. In all 3, judges scored about 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Brandon the Shredder Shaver.
3-0 now, the record of Brandon Shavers. Back-to-back wins as an amateur and as a pro over Mike Murphy. Murphy falls to 1-1. Okay, time to go backstage now where Rove and Ronnie Kruk has our main eventer, Damon Jackson.
Damon Jackson, you called out your opponent, Kevin Aguilar, back in January at LFA1. This is a guy you've wanted to get your hands on for quite some time. Your thoughts now that this long-anticipated grudge match is only a few hours away?
Hey, this is what I wanted. I wanted a shot at the LFA title. It'll be the first one ever. That's what I want, and that's why I called him out. He's the guy to get to, and he's the guy I got to get past to get the title. So.
You made it clear and have not backed away from your statement that you feel that he faked that injury so you would be forced to face his teammate. Has this fight become personal for you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a little personal. I try not to get into that and try not to, go back and forth with my opponent, trash talk or whatever you want to call it. But it definitely has gotten a little personal with him backing out the way he did and then him not ever proving his injury. So.
You're known for your superior wrestling and submissions. He's a stand-up guy. 7 of his 11 victories coming by way of knockout or TKO. How quickly are you going to try to take him to the ground?
Yeah, I'm going to get in his face, and if it means staying on him with my hands, I'll stay there. If it means taking him down, I'll take him down. But I'm going to stay in his face the whole fight.
Damon, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
All right, Michael and Pat, back to you.
Folks, coming up after the break, Bossier City's own Nick Jackson looks to bring the house down against Chauncey Foxworth. You're watching Legacy Fighting Alliance on Access TV. Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. Welcome back to Legacy Fighting Alliance number 4. And coming up next, we move to the welterweight division, where the poetically named Chauncey Foxworth takes on Nick Jackson. Let's go to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Chauncey the Machine Foxworth.
An extensive 3-month camp for Chauncey the Machine Foxworth. Worked on his ground game. Says there's nothing about Nick Jackson that will surprise him. Nothing that Jackson offers that he hasn't seen before. Back-to-back wins over Jonathan Delbruge and Tyler Lee. Last loss coming in August of last year, a KO to Sean Brady. And that's how Chauncey predicts he'll win tonight. Says he's going to knock out Nick Jackson.
Chauncey didn't mince words at all with us yesterday. He said that he's going to come in and bang, and he thinks Nick's going to do the same. They're going to put on a show, and the crowd's going to be on its feet, and that's the way it's going to be.
Please welcome his opponent, making his way to the LFA octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Nick Action Jackson.
Pat, I want to make a petition that every fighter named Jackson should have the nickname Action.
I like it. Yeah, we got to roll with that.
What a great film!
Let's just call it
What
that.
a great film that was.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, that's his nickname, Nick Action Jackson, representing Old School here. 30 years old from right here in Shreveport, working his conditioning. Says Chauncey's strong, says he's a good straight puncher, good low kicks, but he's not impressed with Chauncey's ground game. Says the striking of Chauncey very rudimentary. A very intelligent man, Nicholas Jackson, working on his degree in cardiopulmonary sciences. He'll have that in May. One of the most eloquent fighters I've ever met.
Yeah, the minute he started talking, I went, this dude belongs somewhere besides a cage. I mean,
you feel like you're at a university lecture. It's amazing.
Well, you know what? And you know he's going to be a cerebral fighter. I love guys that think their way through fights. Obviously, extremely intelligent.
And he looks a little bit like Don Cheadle with a beard. Okay, here we go. Tale of the tape. Experience is even. Jackson, 5 years the elder. Has the reach advantage in the arms. Also, Jackson an inch longer in the legs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA welterweight division. It is brought to you by Warriors and Gangsters on the Fighting Action channel, ownzones.com. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This all-around fighter stands 5'11", weighed in at 169.9 pounds. Holding a professional record, 5 wins, 2 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout, 1 via submission. Training out of Team Redemption and fighting out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, Chauncey the Machine Foxworth. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a Tang Soo Do style fighter standing 5'11", weighed in at 169 pounds, holding a professional record, 4 wins, 3 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of submission, 1 by way of knockout. Training out of Karate Mafia and fighting out of Bossier City, Louisiana, Nick Action Jackson. Your referee in charge of the action is Buddy Kasky.
All right, fighters, this is a professional fight, 3 5-minute rounds. You've already been given your pre-fight instructions. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. You can touch gloves now if you'd like. Go back to your corner, be ready to fight.
Buddy Kasky, final instructions. Nick Jackson, who looks like he's straight out of a 70s movie, Pat. The afro, the big beard, the carpeted chest, and of course that great nickname, Action Jackson.
Need a big Mercedes-Benz necklace on there. Huh? Put that in that fur.
This should be entertaining. 2 tremendous characters. Southpaw stance on Action Jackson, massive thighs on him. Chauncey in the long grey trunks. Plenty of movement early on.
That.
Jackson backed up here. Chin exposed, shoots in for a single. Chauncey not going to ground. Trying to pick out that ankle.
It's just not going to happen like that. Hey, look at him reaching down with both hands there.
Jackson's corner saying disengage and strike. Chauncey turns him against the cage, plows in the knees to the inner right thigh.
Foxworth a lot more aggressive at the beginning of this fight, that's for sure.
Good start from Chauncey Foxworth. Walking there to the outside left thigh now. Back to the inside right. Keeping busy in the clinch here, Chauncey Foxworth.
Those add up. Those knees to the legs hurt.
There's the turnaround that Jackson's corner were calling for. Now they want him to break off and work some distance to get his strikes off. But Chauncey says no.
Chauncey had double unders. Let go of it.
Massive arms on
both guys grinding. See them grinding their heads inside, trying to get head position.
With the hook in that left arm. Still working the knees well is Foxworth. Can Jackson break off now?
He's trying to work up to a clinch.
Foxworth spins him, puts him against the cage again.
Chauncey's super aggressive, non-stop attack. Good, that's what he's supposed to do. Circle him off the cage and then move on. Had the right idea.
Well, completely different game plan to what both men said they do yesterday, Pat. When we spoke to them, they said they wanted to avoid grinding against the fence, have a stand-up, bang-out battle.
Well, things change when you start getting punched in the face, Mike. Right?
You would know more than me. I don't get punched in the face that often. But
How many times have you been punched in the face?
once from you as an elbow up in Canada, almost both broke my nose.
That was very delicate. I barely touched you. You like that technique, though, don't you?
I did. But this is just a grind against the cage, seesawing back and forth one here. Chauncey trying for a single leg lift now. You think if anyone's winning this round, Pat, it's got to be Chauncey with those constant knees, and now he gets more aggressive.
Well, he landed quite a bit of shots. He was aggressive at the very beginning with his punches. What he just did, pushing off and throwing punches, just do that all day long.
Couple of punches off the, or to the thigh as well.
Nick, nice job. Got a body lock.
Action Jackson with the takedown, goes into half guard position. What can he do from here?
Gotta keep those feet off the cage. Turn his head back toward the cage and get to work.
Looking for a reversal, not going to happen though for Chauncey.
For the armbar here.
Trying to throw the legs up, secure that arm. The big biceps of Action Jackson. And he's inside control now.
Who's got the arms Carl Weathers used to have, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Got too high center of gravity there on that mount attempt.
I see what Chauncey's looking up at, Pat. He's looking up at the ceiling. There's no screen up there.
He was posturing out of the grip.
Okay.
He was looking at that chandelier, actually.
Yeah, you want to hope that's securely rigged over the cage.
No doubt.
Final seconds of this opening round. More aggression to finish here from Chauncey Foxworth. And the man with the 70s shag on his chest is going to need to change it up in the second round, Nick Jackson.
Don't let him control your hands as you punch it. And when you hear him, when you take it down here, just get that leg up, sweep the other leg. Remember that
Chauncey could have done this a lot earlier and hopefully learned something from it there. Broke off, came back in with combos, then shot in for the takedown here. But he could push off continually off the cage like that and throw combos. There's Nick blocking the leg and tripping. Got that double body, the double underhook and the body lock.
his leg off the cage, get that. If I say get off the cage, get the fuck off the cage.
Great crowd on hand inside the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. They saw Chauncey Foxworth get a 10-9 opening round against Nick Action Jackson. Can Jackson work some room to strike here? Or will Chauncey tie him up and grind?
Second round. You ready to fight? Fight!
Nick's corner calling for combinations.
Yeah, Jackson needs to get a mean streak in him. Got to get some attitude. Too nice.
Nice combination from Chauncey Foxworth. To those knees, he was throwing effectively to the inside and outside thighs in the first. Let's go to Ron in Action Jackson's corner.
Donnie Aaron, he was straight to the point. Michael said Nick Jackson has got to pick up the pace. He was way too defensive. There was no offense, so look for him to push this one into fast forward here in the second round. Michael.
Thanks, Ron. Donnie Aaron, who will be in Andrew Lee's corner, of course, later on tonight in that World Flyweight Championship bout. Foot stomp there from Chauncey.
Like for somebody to start counting the knees.
All those knees to the inside right thigh.
Like I said, they add up. Very painful.
This is where Action Jackson got stuck for a lot of the first round. Needs to get off the cage here, needs to break off. Listen to his corner. Jumping knee from Chauncey Foxworth.
Push off and start punching. Disengage and go.
Trip takedown. Couldn't execute.
Get a step. Turn the corner there and block the leg completely.
And it's Jackson who goes to his back. Chauncey inside half guard position. What can Foxworth do from here?
I'd like to see him put his knee on that arm and start throwing elbows.
Jackson did predict he'd win by ground and pound, said he'd hit Chauncey with a cross or a high kick, drop him and then pound him out.
I think looking a little tired.
Chauncey didn't want to be so specific on his prediction, just he said he wouldn't knock out Action Jackson. Right hand like that is what he needs. Another one.
Got good ground and pound. Nice job posturing up. Pressure on the head there.
Jackson's corner begging for him to get to his feet, to find a way. And he's back there. Can he break off now and get some room to work his strikes? And they blatantly shout out to him, Nick, you're losing. Trying to spur Action Jackson into some action here.
I don't know if that's the best thing you want to tell him, though. In that way.
A little too blunt, Pat, a little too direct.
Well, you want to be more positive with your fighter, I think, instead of just you're losing. It's just a step below you're a loser. You know what I mean?
I can see that. They are screaming to Jackson to disengage. They've been doing it for the past 2 rounds. Old-fashioned foot stomp there from Chauncey Foxworth.
Chauncey's just so busy. I think Nick's just having a tough time mounting any offense. He's dealing with non-stop activity coming at him.
They're still screaming it over and over again. Hey, Nick, disengage, disengage.
He's not listening. Knee tried to crack it into the solar plexus. Good roundhouse kick from Foxworth. Backs him up with a couple of punches and stun Action Jackson. Top position again. Ground and pound from Foxworth. He's aggressive. I love it.
Jackson to his feet, almost gets clipped with the right hand as he popped up.
Chauncey threw that punch and got right in on the legs.
It's going to be another round here for Chauncey Foxworth. It will be all for Nick Jackson to do in the third and final.
He just seems real gun-shy against Foxworth. Very gun-shy.
Looking frustrated, little hematoma popping up on the forehead as well of Action Jackson. Cello crowd inside the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana, as it should be for a star-studded card.
Put it between your knees, keep it high in your crotch, okay? And look, when you get him on his head, you push his head against that doggone cage and you don't let him up. Keep it flat right there. You cross on, put your hips in him, and give him some punches in his face. All right?
strike. Okay? How you want to go? You want to go hanging your head because you lost a decision. You want to go out there and try to win this fight. Let's go have a fist fight.
You're not listening.
Let your hands go.
You're not listening, Nick. We're not. We're calling for stuff. You're not listening. You're going to win this fight right now. You got to win this fight right now.
Listen to me. You're facing adversity right now. Suck it up. Don't have a fist fight in 5 minutes and be proud of yourself.
You're better than him. His chin is the only answer.
Donnie Aaron says, suck it up and let's have a fist fight in the third and final round. 2018, says Pat Miletich to Chauncey Foxworth. And you know that Jackson's corner and Jackson know that. Let's see if Jackson can indeed turn it on and get a fist fight.
Corner was talking to him correctly.
Round 3, you ready?
On that, definitely. Don't let your hands fly.
Comes forward early. Action Jackson in the black trunks. But this is not where he wants to be. Clinched up again with Foxworth.
Many times fighters are worried about making a mistake, so they won't be real active, and that's why they lose the fight many times.
And then Jackson broke off as he should have in the past 2 rounds. Can he get it flowing now?
Yeah. Well, at least he's going to get a fist fight.
Let's go to Ronnie Chauncey's corner.
Yeah, Foxworth is his corner. Their advice was to start letting those hands go. They want the finish. They do not want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Michael.
Thanks, Ron. Can we get ourselves a Donnie Brook here in the third and final?
Foxworth set up that takedown beautifully. Flurried his way in instantly down on the legs. Great transition. Already sitting in mount.
Full mount for Chauncey Foxworth. Action Jackson needs to find a way to his feet. Half guard now for Foxworth.
Foxworth has done a lot of damage from the half guard, so look for him to start raining that right hand down here pretty quick.
Donnie Aaron screaming to Jackson to get up, begging him. And he's there now. Can he break off and let those hands go?
Nice job fighting back to his feet. Working the elbows here.
Trying to put a cut on Foxworth, didn't work though. Immediately put him back in the rage to be tied up and put against the cage. Glances over to his corner, Jackson. Chauncey with those nasty foot stomps. Walks Jackson back against the cage again. Stomping away on that big toe. Needed the inside thigh. Proved a very effective weapon so far in this fight for Chauncey Foxworth.
Legs are going to be sore tomorrow, I can tell you that.
Takedown there from Chauncey. Halfway through the third and final.
Threw him down like a sack of potatoes. Jackson going to keep moving those hips to the left. Keep scooting around. Drop down to a single leg if he wants.
Not seeing enough action from Action Jackson. Needs to channel the inner Carl Weathers. Not Carl Weathers from Rocky. We'll go Carl Weathers from Predator. Although he's more like Carl Weathers from Happy Gilmore at the moment. They are begging for him to get up. Chauncey thought about a double leg to get him down again.
I tell you what, Chauncey's in shape, buddy.
Yeah.
You can see that. Chauncey was non-stop.
It's going to take a very comfortable decision here, Chauncey Foxworth, unless Nick Action Jackson finds something in the next 65 seconds. He's got the room now. He needs the fist fight. Corner obviously have confidence in Jackson's hands, but he's just unable to let them go. evasion.
Jackson not committing on his punches, not turning his hips, not punching with his legs and his hips. Turning on punches.
Gasping for air here, Nick Jackson.
Never really once dictated where this fight was going. That's why he's so tired. I mean, that's going to wear anybody out. When you're constantly guessing and trying to play catch up, you're going to get gassed.
All that Jackson can hope for now is that that giant chandelier falls on the head of Chauncey Foxworth.
Oh, he got tagged hard, bud.
That right hand caught him. Jackson in trouble right before the bell here. Can Foxworth finish? He is a busy, aggressive, and strong young man. Chauncey Foxworth will grab the victory here.
Foxworth was fresher in the third than he was at the beginning of the fight. He's going. Tough kid.
That was what you do, right?
Watch Foxworth explode in here, landing these punches. And drops. Beautiful transition to the takedown, gets the takedown, and goes right to the mount almost immediately. Works his way up. Here he is, again against the cage here, breaks off, starts to flurry. Lands some nice heavy shots. And showing that he's got great ground and pound once again. Showed that several times during this fight. Tough guy, good skills.
30-26, a shellacking in the third. 10-8 rounds, says Pat.
Hey, can he come to the
Let us
middle?
know your scorecards on Twitter at Chevello Voice, at Pat Miletich, at R-Cruck. Still to come here tonight's double main event, the World's Flyweight Championship. Andrea Lee, Heather Bassett, the World's Featherweight Championship. Damon Jackson and Kevin Aguilar. Let's get to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts, we go to the judges' scorecards. And all 3 judges score them out 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Chauncey the Machine Foxworth.
No doubt about it, Chauncey Foxworth advances his record to 6-2. Nick Action Jackson falls to 4-4. Okay, once again, let's park our beepers backstage where Rove and Ronnie Kruk has Kevin Aguilar.
Thanks, guys. Kevin Aguilar, your only professional defeat came at the hands of 8-time UFC veteran Leonard Garcia back in 2013. When you lost, you took some time off, and you said you had to go back to the drawing board. How have you evolved as a fighter since then?
I've gone back to the drawing board as far as a striker. I've worked more head movement, kept my hands up better, and just worked on my all-around game as a mixed martial artist. And Leonard's a veteran, you know, it was an honor to fight him. He came out with victory.
The trash talk between you and Jackson has gone back and forth since he accused you of faking an injury and backing out of that title fight. Have you ever had this much animosity towards an opponent before?
No, never this much animosity in a fighter ever. It's just, you know, he accused me of backing out of the fight, but, I mean, I wasn't scared. I wasn't trying to duck or dodge or anything. And he just, you know, but all the words have been said, so it's just time to go in there and work. We're here now.
On paper, this looks like a classic striker versus grappler matchup. How do you avoid Jackson turning this into a wrestling match?
I have to take the center of the cage and work my jab and keep away from him. Keep him at my reach. Keep him at the end of my reach and really tag him with those punches.
Kevin, thank you for the time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Michael and Pat, we got a true grudge match in our main event.
It's going to be a cracker for sure. Thank you, Ron. And coming up next, David Bosnick returns to the spotlight when he takes on Brian Billiot, one of the toughest tugboat captains you'll ever meet. LFA4 will be right back. Welcome back to the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. Welcome back to Legacy Fighting Alliance number 4. Coming up now, we move to the lightweight division, where tugboat captain Brian Billiot takes on David Bosnick.
Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Brian Beatwise Billiard.
.28-year-old Brian Billiot, the full-time tugboat captain from right here in Louisiana. An 8-week camp for Billiot. Says he's not too familiar with Bosnick. He knows, though, that Bosnick's good in the clinch and with his cage work. Says I'll fill him out in the first round or beat him in the second. Look out for the Darce choke on Brian Billiot. Comes in 3-0. A hat-trick, 2 submissions and 1 decision. 2 wins over a same opponent in Marcus Andruja. Had a long break between fights from March 2012 to February 2016. Started boxing when he was just 11 years old, Billiot.
It surprises me, the fighters nowadays, the number of fighters that really don't do much research on their opponents. I mean, I see it all the time now. And to be honest with you, everybody used to do homework on their opponents.
Watch me work, baby.
Study their tendencies, everything else. I think it's important.
Please welcome his opponent, making his way to the LFA octagon, fighting out of the red corner, David the Boss Bosnick.
A little more on that point, Pat. What I don't understand is we speak to these fighters the day before they fight. And often we'll ask them, tell us about your game plan and what do you know about your opponent? They go, well, I don't know anything about my opponent. And so my coach does all that research and they know the game plan. Well, wouldn't you think that the coach would tell them at least 24 hours before the fight what the game plan should be and tell them about their opponent?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, you always want to sit down with an athlete, watch films on their opponents together, go over things, study their weaknesses, their strengths, and dissect them. I mean, sure, a fighter could change from one fight to the next, but they're not going to turn from, you know, a Pee Wee Herman to Muhammad Ali in one fight, right? They're still going to have those tendencies, and you're still going to be able to recognize those things. So it's, you know, is what it is. But yeah, sit down with your fighter, watch film on their opponent, and dissect them together.
Bosnick, a tough veteran. Let's take a closer look at David Bosnick.
Bosnick's got really good skills, tough guy. Aguilar and him had a war. Bosnick lost in that fight, but I tell you what, he gave a great account of himself. It was really a tough fight between the two.
Aguilar, of course, will feature in our main event tonight against Damon Jackson for the World Featherweight Championship. Here's how they stack up in our tail of the tape. Billiot is undefeated. He is 2 years the older, 1 inch the taller. Has half an inch reach in the arms, 5.5 inches longer downstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA lightweight division. It is brought to you by the Horseshoe Casino, Bossier City, Louisiana. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this boxer, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style fighter, stands 5'11", weighed in at 155.9 pounds. Holding a professional record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of submission. Training out of Team 515 and fighting out of Longview, Texas, Brian Beatwise Billiard. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 5'10", weighed in at 153.5 pounds. Holding a professional record, 7 wins, 4 defeats, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Training out of Global Fitness Hit Squad and fighting out of Alexandria, Louisiana, David the Boss Bosnick. Your referee in charge of the action is Stan McCandlish.
All right, guys, we went over the rules earlier. Any questions? Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. If you want to touch them up, do it now. Let's go.
Stan McCandlish, the final instructions. David Bosnick with Big Alan Gray in his corner. Brian Billiot, trained by Justin Verdon and Julio Babante. 3 rounds of action. A lot of experience in favor of David Bosnick. Doesn't touch him up to start here against the tugboat captain.
Bosnick can bang.
Outside leg kick from Bosnick. Billiot, who plies his trade along the Mississippi.
Bosnick throws him off easily. Shot with his arms out wide, can't do that. Allow an underhook and they just turn you.
Punched up. Throws a short knee to Bosnick off the left.
Nice elbow. Snuck that in over the top. Beautiful.
Tried to lop his ear off. Jab from Bosnick. Billiot returns the favor. Outside leg from Bosnick.
Billiot already fatigued.
Uppercut almost took out that chandelier.
Headlock attempt here. Throws it.
Good takedown from Billiot.
Don't see headlocks very often in MMA because a lot of people are so good at getting out of headlocks and taking people's backs. Nice knee to the body. Bosniak's talking to him and laughing.
Bosnick having a good time in that.
Look at him. Bosnick smiling the whole time. Oh, how did his leg fry right there almost? That was nasty.
You know, we said how earlier on in the night Brandon Shavers was all smiles against Mike Murphy. It's one of the things that Alan Gray encourages of his fighters. Smile, have a good time in the cage. Also, don't be afraid to do it to get inside your opponent's head. Bosnick's experience is proving through so far in this opening round.
Billiot better start working on position here. There we go.
Haven't seen any finishes so far tonight at LFA 4. Very evenly matched card. Third fight in. 2 previous decisions. Billiot gets to his feet. Resets here.
And obviously has a great grip because Bosnick had fits getting his wrists free from his grip.
Bosnick shakes it out. Switches to southpaw now. Back to orthodox Bosnick. Misses with the right hand. Good evasion. Nice movement from the hips there from Bosnick.
Yeah, beautiful head movement.
Glancing right hand. Bosnick changing stances again. Just looking to confound Billiot and see what angles open up for him. Good head movement away from that jab. Billiot tags him with that one. Bosnick just evades again. Body shot from Billiot. The more flat over the turn.
Square.
Cut the pie up the center.
Right here. Right here.
Grimace there from Bosnick.
That's worth the warning, though. I don't condone cheating, but that's worth a warning.
The sadists in the truck will show it to us again.
Always
They
do.
are what to do. Oh, yeah.
Bosnick a little angry for that, I believe.
Look at the testosterone circulating. We should do an Access TV Fights compilation one day of the best groin strikes. We've seen a lot of them.
You really think that'd draw a crowd?
Yeah, to the theme music from Benny Hill. It'll be a hit. Yes, as our EP Jason Bourne says, it'll be a 3-hour special. Bosnick going down the center.
Bosnick's getting tagged.
Billiot, both men trading straight line punches. Billiot tries to thread an elbow.
Billiot landing a lot here.
Shoots in, Bosnick stuffs it, goes to side control. Nicely done from Bosnick, Pat.
Billiot needs some work on his takedowns. That's for sure.
Final seconds of this round.
10 seconds.
Mostly Bosnick's round. Some signs, though, from Billiot that he could pose problems.
Stop that.
And there's blood. There's a lot of blood. Is it the back of the head?
Gashed him big time.
Back of the head of Bosnic's been cut here.
12-6 has to come from the ceiling to the floor, though, from what I understand of the rules.
Well, we'll try and get a replay. Let's take a look at it here. What happened, Pat?
Back of the head. There'll be a point deduction.
Crown of the head. I wouldn't call that.
Well, it's not a 12-6. It wasn't going from up to down.
I think he was complaining on the back of the head.
Yeah. If anything, it was a
Bosnic put his head down, though. Bosnic put his head down, though. So you can't necessarily blame Billiot for that.
David Maldonado going to work on the cut of Bosnic.
Okay. Step 5 minutes. Then you go hook it, okay? And you don't like taking it down. Let him jab into That's the end of the round. You better be ready on 1.
Oh, no. That's the illegal elbow.
I know that. I'm taking a point.
Bosnic cannot afford to be flustered here by that cut. Whether it was illegal or not, the fight goes on, and he can't let it get into his psychology here.
I personally would not deem that illegal.
10-9, Bosnic took the first round. He's on the floor here, Bosnic on his knees.
Well, they are giving him the 5 minutes, so it's being called illegal.
Now, is it going to be a point deduction here for Billiot? Because if they're giving him the extra time, the referee has deemed it an illegal blow, and as such, should it be a point deduction for Billiot?
Here it is again.
Now, let us know your thoughts on Twitter, folks, about this. Is that an illegal blow? Yes, it hits the back of the head.
You know, it was to the top of the head still, really. The crown of the head. Wasn't really to the back of the head.
Bosnic's okay to go on.
Alan Gray telling Bosnic to go out and light him up. Bosnic's going to come out angry, I can tell you that.
Bosnic's got that mean mug, Vinnie Jones look about him.
Billiot's just unorthodox enough where he really can cause people problems. Punches from weird angles, different times, odd angles, and see what I mean? Just wide open for counters, but still awkward.
Bosnic, top position now.
Leg lock here.
We've been told that Billiot was deducted a point.
So it's 9-9. No, 10-8.
10-8 round, that's right. It was a 10-9 for Bosnic.
Heel hook here. Ooh.
Billiot's
hooking him up.
Could Bosnic be in trouble? Out of danger momentarily.
Bosnic needs to get that. Yeah, he's going to straighten it and point the toes out. Going to straighten it and point the toes out so the heel doesn't get exposed like that.
That's good night, Irene!
Wow.
The tugboat captain out of nowhere taps out Bosnic, and Bosnic can't believe it. What a win for Billiot, the biggest of his career, and Bosnic is livid.
Bosnic is pacing the cage like a tiger here. He is livid. Upset at himself. Did he let the illegal strike in the opening round get inside his head? And Billiot, out of nowhere, maintains his undefeated record against a man who had 8 more fights experience than him. Here's the finish again, Pat.
Weakness of many fighters in MMA. Leg locks. A lot of guys have trouble with them. You can see he's exposing his own heel. He pulls it back, and then when he puts it back in, he's got the heel pointed out instead of the toes pointed out, which makes it a lot tougher. Got to unwrap those legs and get the hell out of there. You can't sit and watch them work on your leg.
Wow, Billiot slaps on the submission. Let's go to Mike Kendall, make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Stan McCandlish, calls a stop to the fight in 57 seconds of the second round for your winner by tap out. Did a heel hook, Brian Beat Twice Billiot.
Brian leglock Billiot 4-0 now, and David Bosnick falls to 7-5. Okay, we're going to go backstage now where Rovin Ronnie Kruk has one of the breakout stars of 2016, young Levi Mouse.
And teammate of Kevin Aguilar. Levi, you might be the man at the center of the controversy because you are the guy who filled in for Kevin when he hurt his back. Jackson still maintains that he was faking that injury. What is your take on the situation?
Man, I went out there. I'm his teammate. Our coach is Brandon Quick. We do jiu-jitsu together all the time. I go out there. I was there when he hurt his back. It was legit. Like, he couldn't move after the training session. I had no clue that it was going to impair him from the fight, though. So I got the call two weeks before the fight. It was actually offered to my coach, Johnny Bedford, first. And then he's like, I got a guy that'll step up and fight him. So I filled the shoes, not even knowing that Kevin was hurt at all. You know, it just happened that way. I just took it up because I wanted it. It was a great opportunity, and it turned out for me, you know.
And you put on a show that night. You had Jackson in some trouble at one point. So being in the cage with Jackson before, what advice have you given to your teammate Aguilar?
Man, Jackson's a grinder. He really used his wrestling. He was really smart about it when he timed his shots, when he timed his takedowns. Biggest thing that I told Kevin is watch when he throws the leg kicks. Jackson's really good about catching any kind of kick that you throw at him and then taking him down from that. I feel like if Kevin stays away from that and uses his boxing, he'll be able to beat Jackson.
Great breakdown. I know fight fans are excited to see you back in the octagon. Break the news for us. When's that happening?
March 24th in Houston. It'll be me versus Ricky Tertius. The kid's 8-0. He's 23. Just like me, we're up and coming guys in the sport. In this organization, we want to prove we're the next generation out here. You know what I'm saying? It should be a fun fight.
Looking forward to it. Levi, thanks for the time.
Thank you, Rana. Appreciate it.
You bet. Michael and Pat, back to you.
Future LFA champion right there for sure, Levi Mouse. Leandro Higo, he's coming for you. And coming up next here at LFA 4, former Legacy welterweight champion D-Rock Derek Krantz looks to make a statement against the savvy cage veteran Haywood Charles. More from Bossier City when we return. It's Access TV Fights. Tonight on New Japan Pro Wrestling, British sensation Ospreay takes on the funky weapon Ryosuke Taguchi in the finals of the 23rd Best of the Super Junior. Jim Ross and Josh Barnett have the call after the fights tonight. Welcome back inside the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. And we're moving towards the business end of the card. Still to come, though, here tonight, double main event, Kevin Aguilar, Damon Jackson, bad blood between them for the Featherweight Championship. And Andrea Lee comes in a minus 1,200 favourite, you heard it right, minus 1,200 favourite against the huge underdog, Heather Bassett, for the Flyweight Championship. But right now, this one should be an absolute pearler. It's Haywood Charles and D-Rock Derek Krantz at welterweight. Let's go to Mike Kendall.
Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Haywood, the Hybrid Charles.
'27-year-old hybrid Haywood Charles makes his way to the cage. From Avon, Colorado, 100% finishing rate. 13 wins by sub, 1 by TKO. Comes in off back-to-back losses against Ian Heinisch and Chris Hogan. Let's take a close look here at Haywood Charles.
Haywood Charles, a legit black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Very skilled on the ground, great submissions. And you got to remember now, he's training in high altitude out in Colorado. So that's definitely going to benefit him if this fight gets hot and heavy. And these guys are in the middle of a serious scrap. He's got the lungs to go.
Says D-Rock's good on the ground, has heavy hands, can't underestimate D-Rock. Submitted D-Rock in a grappling contest in the past.
Ready?
Says he's been working his striking for this one. A black belt in BJJ, Haywood Charles.
Please welcome his opponent, making his way to the LFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Derek D-Rock Krantz.
Massive ovation for D-Rock Derek Krantz. Former Legacy welterweight champion, 11 wins via sub, 7 by TKO. 8-week camp for D-Rock, says he's improved all round. Knows that Haywood's dangerous on the ground, has flashy kicks, some looping punches. Says I'll punish him for 15 minutes. The win over Dave Burrow last time out, the loss to Alex Morono. The hat-trick over Brock Larson, Daniel Roberts, Carl Bradley. D-Rock back. And in the LFA cage for the very first time, let's take a closer look at Krantz.
Krantz also a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's just got a little tad more power. Likes to put authority on his punches, heavy hands, loves to brawl. And when he takes people down, he takes them down with authority. He puts slams on people, puts the muscle down on people.
D-Rock always in exciting contests. Both men enormous finishes. As I said, 11 wins via sub, 7 by TKO for D-Rock. And Charles has finished all 14 of opponents in his wins. Charles is 2 years the younger, has the height, has the reach in the arms, has 3 inches in the legs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the LFA 4 feature fight of the night. It is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA welterweight division. Brought to you by GLC 2000, the world's most potent joint pain formula. GLC 2000, no pain, more gain. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6'1", weighed in at 169.9 pounds, holding a professional mixed martial arts record, 14 wins, 8 defeats, with 13 wins coming by way of submission, 1 by way of knockout. Training out of Hybrid Nation MMA and fighting out of Avon, Colorado, Hayward, the Hybrid Charles. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 5'10", weighed in at 170 pounds. Holding a professional mixed martial arts record, 18 wins, 9 defeats, with 11 wins coming by way of submission, 7 via knockout. Training out of Team 515 and fighting out of Marshall, Texas, Derek D-Rock Krantz. The referee in charge of the action is Buddy Caskey.
All right, fighters, this is a professional fight, 3 rounds, 5 minutes each. You've already been given your pre-fight instructions. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. You can touch gloves now if you'd like. Go back to your corner, get ready to fight.
Closing odds for this one, thanks to Mick Kalikas. D-Rock at -280, Hayward Charles at +200. Michael Chevello, Pat Miletich with you. This should be a ripper, Pat.
Charles looks all business. This will be fight of the night in my mind. There could be some fireworks, buddy.
Are you ready? Let's fight!
Gotta be careful running in on a guy like D-Rock. He's got a lot of power to meet you with, like that.
D-Rock.
Loved it.
Granite in his hands.
That is not smart.
Hayward Charles topples backwards. Here comes D-Rock.
Running in on him and running into those power shots. You cannot do that.
Krantz on fire early, looking to abuse and assault Hayward Charles.
Krantz looks like a raccoon getting out of a trap.
Charles got to keep his hands up. He's throwing a lot of looping punches, leaving his jaw exposed. Pulls guard now, Hayward Charles.
One black belt pulling guard on another black belt. I don't know if I want Krantz on top of me dropping bombs. Of course, Hayward wasn't having any fun standing up either.
Both these men are finishers. We are not expecting this one to go the full 3 rounds. Hayward Charles, nice uppercut, Muay Thai, clinch to the knees now from Charles. He backs up D-Rock. Got to watch those looping punches though, Hayward Charles, Pat.
Yes, definitely. D-Rock, nice job stuffing that. Looking for a pry here to get him down and start a Darce. This is where he puts the power down on people. Look at that.
Former Legacy champion Derek Krantz back to his feet now. Hayward Giles shakes his head, says he didn't hurt me.
Or he's shaking the cobwebs out, saying, "What's my name?" He's taking some heavy shots. Look at the swelling on Krantz's left cheek. Oh, big right.
Right hand to the orbital. Charles clinches it. Pat said this could be fight of the night, and so far it has been the most explosive round of action we've seen. We're not even halfway through it.
You know, if a guy like Krantz is punching at you, you're coming up on a fight with him, you might want to watch all the greats who had great head movement in boxing and emulate them a lot. Do not want to get hit solid by this guy with these 4-ounce bricks. Jumping for a guillotine here.
Hayward Giles hoping to take the head home of D-Rock.
I tell you what, man, this is tight.
Charles applying the pressure. Can D-Rock get out of trouble?
Oh, that's pretty tight, man.
Look at the vein trying to push through the skin of Derek Krantz.
Look at him relaxing, sitting on his back, maneuvering his legs, adjusting D-Rock.
Can Hayward Giles find the finish?
D-Rock's got the right defense here, I think. He's prying down with the right, needs to have the left hand also in on the wrist. One going down, one pulling down, and one pushing down.
And D-Rock escapes. He pops the head out. The crowd behind Derek Krantz.
That was the right defense, definitely. Good job getting out of that.
Close guard here from Hayward Giles.
Krantz needs to make him pay a price here. Don't let him control his wrist like that.
Charles came in the underdog at plus 200. Krantz the favourite at minus 280. Seesawing first round. Both men had their chances for the finish. Can D-Rock posture up and break this guard?
D-Rock's such an explosive guy that we've seen him start to run out of gas in fights, but I think it's a race between his strength wearing his opponent down and his own gas tank going down sometimes. Big rights to the body.
Thumping shots of the carcass off the right hand from D-Rock. Switches to the left now. Chance go up for D-Rock. Bossier City's come alive. Throws the legs up as Hayward Giles. Closes the guard again.
Trying to go for a triangle.
30 seconds remains in what has been a stellar opening round.
D-Rock now attacking on the ground, going back in for more.
How will the judges call this first round? D-Rock with the vicious ground and pound. Hayward Giles with a submission attempt that came close. Right, end of the first, we go to the towels. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter at Chevello Voice, at Pat Milicic, at iCrack.
Krantz talked about Hayward come running into that power. He just can't do it. It doubles the strength of an already very powerful punch. And Krantz with great ground and pound here. Gained a lot of confidence in this first round. Going back in for more and staying after it on the ground.
Second round in front of a sellout crowd here at the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. Krantz takes it 10-9 on your scorecard, Pat.
Yes. And Ryan Spann also noticed before this fight started, he said, Hayward only has his girlfriend in his corner. He has nobody else. She was in there giving him pretty good advice. Pretty sound advice. Sounds like she knows what she's talking about. Sounds like she does a little jiu-jitsu herself. but that's the only person that's here for him right now.
Very simple fighter, Haywood Charles. No sponsor logos on his black trunks either. And Ron is in Haywood's corner. Ron.
Yeah, Pat, you're exactly right. Carmen gave her boyfriend, Haywood Charles, some advice of more wrist control. And when they're in the clinch, she wants to see more knees, as she's a fighter too. So she definitely knows what she's talking about. Michael.
Thanks, Ron.
Haywood Charles going for a guillotine here, arm in. Krantz trying to keep the wrist control.
Oh, can Charles get him now?
Oh, buddy.
Haywood Charles, can he choke out D-Rock? D-Rock surviving.
D-Rock see him pushing on that arm. He's got to get rid of that. Nice job recognizing it.
Back to their feet. Haywood Charles trying to sink a choke in the first, trying at the start of the second.
He's pushing hard on that wrist, man. He's got his own wrist locked for double power on the leverage, and then so his right hand is on his own wrist, and then his left hand is on the wrist of Haywood Jeffries. See, he's key locking that arm for a joint lock on the elbow too. Nice job spinning out of it.
Haywood
Beautiful.
Charles.
A lot of technique involved in both their actions there.
Charles has won 14 fights, has finished all 14 of those opponents, 13 by submission. Comes to locking up a neck, an arm, a leg. Charles knows what he's doing. It comes to ground and pound. Cinder blocks for hands.
Yeah.
D-Rock knows what he's doing.
Oh, big right hand there. Scissor sweep. That's a day one technique that a black belt's trying to use. Interesting. Krantz has too good of a base to get caught with that in my mind. Gonna have to get a little more technical with it.
Pat, you called that this certainly is fight of the night so far.
Yeah, two black belts going at it. Slugging it out at times. Great submissions, attempts on the ground, great escapes. Positioning. You can see it all.
Takes the back here of Haywood Charles. D-Rock in control. How the pendulum swings.
D-Rock not getting tangled up by putting his legs in. Smart.
Roll through there from Haywood Charles onto his back. D-Rock inside the guard, and Charles closes it. D-Rock going to look to posture up if he can. Work some of that vicious GMP.
Haywood Charles carrying Derek Krantz's strength and weight for this much of the fight. Definitely wear him down.
Thudding body shots again off the right hand from D-Rock. Foot on hip here by Haywood Charles on his back. 1:45 remains. Second round of 3. First round, we gave it to Derek Krantz. Cracking right hand in the orbital.
A little surprised that Haywood Charles hasn't gone for leg locks while Krantz is standing above him, actually.
My word, D-Rock packs some power.
Yeah, he's wearing him down, Mike. Again, putting the muscle down on somebody. Seen him do it before many times. Solid positioning, a lot of power, and just punishing ground and pound.
Haywood Charles' girlfriend absolutely screaming at him here. Oh, and another thudding right hand between the eyes from D-Rock. Charles has got to find something. He momentarily turned the tide early on in the round, but since D-Rock escaped the submission attempt, it's been all the former Legacy champion. Cracking elbow just rakes across the top lip.
His strength is apparent.
We are going to see out the second round and roll into the third and final. You wonder what Charles's girlfriend will say to him between rounds here. D-Rock in control.
Fight isn't over yet. You hear me? This will be the last round. This is the third round out of 3. 3 out of 3.
See him going for the choke here, maneuvering over to his left to try and trap Krantz down in the well with this choke. Krantz rolling, you can see him paying attention to every limb, knows that that arm right there is the one he's got to control and straighten out. See him reaching for his own wrist to defend and then lock that arm out, basically as a joint lock on Hayward while Hayward has a choke on him. Really cool stuff. And there's Krantz showing you what we already know. He's got sick ground and pound, heavy shots.
Heavy breathing from Krantz. Wonder if the nose is broken on Hayward Charles. Very lumped up. Girlfriend telling him third and final round. It's 2 rounds to zip in favor of Krantz. There's 5 minutes for Charles to find something here.
Hayward Charles' girlfriend telling him a couple times, no, dude, this is the 3rd round. He's like, what, huh? He's got a concussion. There's no doubt about it.
Hayward Charles, you can never rule him out. Just needs even the most minute opening to slap on a finish. But D-Rock so heavy-handed.
Third round, fight.
A pounder in every sense of the word.
I've seen fighters not remember an entire fight, even though they won. Get knocked down in the 1st round, and from there on, they don't remember anything.
Let's go to K-Rock in Krantz's corner.
Yeah, the message to Krantz, Michael, was plain and simple. He needs this round. He gets it. They feel he'll win. They want him to get busy and start throwing some more bombs. Michael.
Thanks, Rock.
Threw that spinning heel kick too close. Got taken down, paid a price because of it. In my mind, he's got to quit playing jiu-jitsu here and get back to his feet. Get into that tied up position and keep landing those elbows on Krantz.
This is where Krantz likes to be. Top position on the ground, pounding away.
Very comfortable.
Still to come here tonight, our 2 main events for the World Flyweight Championship of the World Featherweight title. There's Krantz's girlfriend in his corner. Hayward's girlfriend in his corner.
Krantz jumping over that leg, getting a half guard. See if he tightens that up, gets that left knee in tighter. He's trying to shove that foot out of the way with that leg.
Is there going to be an opening here for Hayward to try and slap on something? Or is Krantz going to continue to dismantle him on the ground? Throws the legs up, hoping to maybe lock up an arm.
Krantz not giving it to him. Oh, Hayward's stuck in that cage. Got his head up against it, getting fastballs thrown at him.
Nice elbow.
That elbow, nasty.
Hayward does a quick count of his teeth. Krantz, a man who knows how to brutalize. He knows how to punish. Relentless, merciless.
Hayward's cut, I believe. Looked like it anyway. You want to know what oppression is? Be Hayward right now. Krantz on top of you, mauling you against the cage. Not able to get up, no matter what you do. That's oppression. Yeah, he's cut.
Just like a lion on a pussycat at the moment. Absolute mauling. Hayward Charles needs a miracle. Loaded up now in the 3rd and final round. Cut over the left eye, it looks like. Courtesy of the elbows from D-Rock.
This is the kind of beatings Matt Hughes used to put on people. Just completely wreck people, hold them down, and just pound them half to death.
Elbows again, and D-Rock is nasty. nasty, nasty man. He'll go after that cut, try to open it up even more. Goes to the carcass now. And another elbow. And he's picking these elbows. He's finding the targets, measuring each one, trying to really bloody up Haywood Charles. 1:30 remains. Charles puts him in close guard. Can the BJJ black belt from his back find something?
Trying to get an angle there for a choke. He's not able to get it.
Got to wonder if Charles's senses are all there. As Pat said, may have had a slight concussion coming into this round. What do you tell Charles to do here, Pat?
You know what? I'm telling you, honestly, I'm surprised he didn't go for leg locks. His Krantz was standing up over him a lot. You know, try and roll for leg locks on him, get going on some of that stuff, attack the lower extremities, because Krantz is so powerful upstairs. His neck, his arms, shoulders, delts, everything else. He's so strong, it's tough to get anything going on him. Not to mention his knowledge. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so he knows he can feel things coming. So
that left cheek swollen of Haywood Charles, the cut over the left eye, and again, elbow to the cheek from D-Rock. Picks that spot, picks the target, put a hematoma on the face.
His face has become a catcher's mitt.
Chance go up again for D-Rock. 10 seconds. Derek Krantz is going to win this one. There will be no last second submission attempt from Haywood Charles. And this is D-Rock at his finest.
Great performance by Derek Krantz. Very tough guys, though. Haywood Charles took a lot of shots. Survived that fight.
Cold press under the eye there of a shattered Haywood Charles. Had his moments, couple of good submission attempts, but just couldn't wring that neck.
Way to go.
Heavy ground and pound for a good portion of this fight. Here's the elbow. Just one of many that Haywood Charles absorbed right there. Probably the one that cut him. Great performance again by Derek Krantz. Haywood Charles wanting to kneel down. He's exhausted. I'm sure he's dizzy. Concussion.
Okay, let's go now to Mike Kendall to make this one all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts, we go to the judges' scorecards. And all 3 judges scored the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Derek D-Rock Krantz.
All right, Derek Krantz, 19th career victory. This is the first time, though, you got a win coming by way of decision. Recap this fight for us, bud.
Oh, man, there's a first time for everything. I wanted to prove to myself I could fight for 15 minutes and get a decision win.
Well, you did that. This was a very entertaining fight between 2 black belts. Tell us a little bit about your game plan coming in and where you thought you'd have success.
Well, my game plan was to punch him in the face repeatedly. On my feet, though, I was going to do it standing up. but he was pretty adamant of keeping it on the ground. So that's where I ended up punching him and taking the victory.
You got the win, former Legacy champion. This might get you right back in the mix.
Hey, whatever's next. I ain't afraid of nobody at 170 or 185. Bring them.
All right, Derek Krantz, congratulations. Michael and Pat, back to you.
T-Rock rocking Haywood Charles for 3 rounds. Advances 19-9. Charles now 14-9. Coming up next, it's the co-main event, the inaugural LFA Women's Flyweight Championship. Andrea Lee and Heather Bassett square off. We'll be right back at Access TV. Welcome back to Bossier City, Louisiana. Welcome back to Legacy Fighting Alliance number 4. Well, in just a moment, Andrea Lee and Heather Bassett will battle for the inaugural LFA Flyweight Championship. Ron Kruk caught up with Andrea KGB Lee in a familiar environment. Well, at least familiar for Andrea.
Howdy. It's been about 15 years since I wore a cowboy hat and boots. But that's exactly what you do when you're hanging out with Southern Girl and former Legacy champion Andrea Lee.
Atlanta, Texas is where I'm from, and it is a small little country area. Ellen DeGeneres, she went to Atlanta. She graduated from Atlanta High School. She obviously made it really big, so I'm hoping to make it really big too. Wasn't a whole lot to do in Atlanta, except for maybe going to hang out in the Walmart parking lot or maybe the Sonic parking lot. We grew up with a lot of animals. Unfortunately, I did not grow up with horses, but we had goats and emus, rabbits, pigeons, doves. I had always wanted a horse growing up, and I wanted to be like my mom. My mom used to barrel race, and she had horses. She had a couple, actually. I was not lucky enough, so we would rope the goats, and we would see who could get on and stay on the longest. And I was the best at it, so, you know, I was the champion. Ooh. Ooh, okay, now you got your own little reins. You got some reins there. It's important to me, you know, that Ainsley sees, you know, all that I do.
With all the training you do and fighting, how difficult is it to manage family life as well?
It's very difficult because I don't get to spend as much of my time with Ainsley as I'd like to. I just want her to know that if you work really hard at something, you'll be able to acquire it. And
it's emotional when you talk about her, isn't it?
Well, because I miss out on so much, and it's, you know, I don't know. It's hard. With all the sacrifices to win the title, you know, then it would mean that everything that I did was for something.
Ainsley, what do you think about what your mom does for a living?
I think it's great because she can fight and be a world champion and be a great fighter.
Do you yell and cheer? I'm guessing you yell pretty loud.
What are some of the things
What do you yell?
Yeah, Mama!
Go Mama indeed. It is time for the first of our 2 main events as Andrea Lee takes on Heather Bassett for the inaugural LFA Flyweight Championship of the World.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making her way to the blue corner, Heather Handguns Bassett.
Handguns Heather Bassett makes her way to the LFA Octagon. Predicts a TKO in the second round, ground and pound on Andrea Lee. 5-week training camp for Bassett said she filled a lot of holes in her striking game. Comes in off back-to-back wins over Taylor Turner and Shayna Cox. Big opportunity here for Bassett, who comes in a huge underdog tonight. Could she pull off the upset? Let's take a closer look at Handguns.
Bassett, who trains with Red Schaefer, a UFC vet, had very good submission game himself. And Bassett, obviously learning a lot from him, likes to go to the ground, has decent striking, but definitely much better on the ground in my mind. And she's going to want to take Andrea Lee to the ground for sure in this fight. We'll see if she can get her there.
And now please welcome her opponent, making her way to the LFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Andrea KGB Lee.
Massive ovation for 28-year-old Andrea KGB Lee. From Atlanta, Texas, fighting out of Bossier City right here in Louisiana these days. Muay Thai instructor, purple belt in BJJ, brown belt in judo, black belt in Kyokushin. Comes off the win over Jenny Liu. The 2 losses to Roxy Modafferi and Sarah Delano. 5-week camp for Andrea Lee. Worked on her aggression, on keeping it standing, on her takedown defense, her wrestling defense. No, she's going to watch out for Heather's wildness and her aggression. Watch out for the wild punches. Looking for the kicks off the clinch.
Andrea Lee has beautiful striking. I mean, really does. Good footwork, good clinch work, good Muay Thai skills all around that she applies to the MMA game. And she also has very good ground skills. She's improved greatly over the past couple of years. She really has improved quite a bit. We'll see if she can keep it standing tonight, though. I don't think she wants to use her submission skills tonight.
Hell on the tape for this World Championship fight. Andrea Lee, 1 year the younger, turned 28 just a few days ago. Both women 5'7". Andrea Lee gives up the reach advantage in the arms, has it in the legs. Our experts fight gauge, striking Andrea Lee 5 out of 5. She's got the edge on the ground, has the edge in speed, in strength, and in endurance. The line now on Andrea Lee is minus 1350. Let's go to Mike Kendall to get us underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the LFA 4 co-main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the Women's LFA Flyweight World Championship. It is brought to you by Venom Fight Gear, the official glove of the LFA. Louisiana, are you ready? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style fighter stands 5'7", weighed in at 124.7 pounds. Holding a professional mixed martial arts record, 4 wins, 2 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 2 via submission. Training out of Red Schaefer MMA and fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Heather Handguns Bassett. Her opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a Muay Thai style fighter. Standing 5'7", weighed in at 125 pounds. Holding a professional record, 5 wins, 2 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 2 via submission. Training out of the Karate Mafia and fighting out of Bossier City, Louisiana, Andrea KGB Lee. Your referee in charge of the action is Stan McCandlish.
All right, ladies, title fight, okay? Fight hard, fight clean, obey my commands at all times, protect yourselves at all times. If you want to touch it up, do it now. Let's go back.
Stan McCandlish, the final instructions for this one. Andrea KGB Lee closes as minus 1,300. Heather Bassett closes at plus 850. Thanks to Nick Kalikas, Michael Chavello, Pat Milicic, Ron Kruk with you. The inaugural LFA Flyweight Championship of the World. Bassett looking for an aggressive start, throws the looping left roundhouse kick. Lee dips to the liver early with the left hand.
Bassett lifting her chin when she comes in. Ew. Recipe for disaster.
Bassett with Tonya Evinger in her corner here tonight as well, but as Pat said, the chin is high, the hands a little all over the place. Could prove her undoing the strike with the prowess of Andrea Lee.
Andrea Lee right now is barely missing her target on the head.
Look at the head movement from Andrea Lee, the little pirouette, the little quarter angle turns. Donnie Aaron shouting to Andrea, you're standing in her range, find your own range. Muay Thai clinch now from Andrea Lee, throws the gut-munching knees. Beautiful work for the Muay Thai World Champion.
Yeah, those aren't missing.
One striking from Andrea Lee, putting on a clinic so far in the opening minute.
That shin bone blasted Bassett in the liver.
Oh, smack back to the She has been shellacked. Lee ties her up, drills the knees into the breadbasket. Heather Bassett, no place to go.
Oh, that elbow barely missed, shot over her head.
The Muay Thai stylings of Andrea Lee throws another knee to the belly button.
A lot of down pressure with those hands and the whole body hanging on Bassett's shoulder there, along with keeping that forearm across the throat to block her out from takedowns.
Andrea Lee, house on fire here in the first round.
Nice
Nothing wrong, everything right.
Nice dirty little position there. Be able to shoot those short little elbows in, control position.
Left hook, right hand combination. Keane behind the punches, Andrea Lee. Straight right hand, smack bang to the kisser. Crossing elbow again. Bassett just trying to ride the punishment, and Andrea Lee is dishing out. Corking knee from KGB. Bassett's got to find a way to get it to the ground. Lee just dominating her, owning her in the stand-up. Tags her again with a two-punch combination. Overhand elbow from Lee.
She tried to trap that wrist, basically did, and then threw the elbow over the top of the arm.
Muay Thai clinch again, snakes the hands around the back of the head, does Andrea Lee. Throws a knee that folds her in half like a piano accordion. And another one. There's in triplicate. Andrea sets the high knee.
Heather Bassett's got to improve her posture there.
Uppercuts from Bassett in the clinch, but it's domination here from Andrea Lee. Elbow to the orbital.
Yeah, that was solid. Look at the lump right away. The hematoma from that elbow instantly growing on her head. I mean, instant.
My word, that's a golf ball on the forehead of Heather Bassett. Andrea Lee gets the takedown, now leads opposition inside a half guard.
Followed her to the ground with her forehead in her jaw. Bassett, you can see she was in pain from that also.
Now Bassett should be more comfortable on the ground. What can she do from here? Can Andrea find a submission?
Nice job keeping that foot inside the guard there. Keep the legs pried open so she doesn't get trapped in half.
A good look at that golf ball above the left eye of Heather Bassett. Andrea Lee hacking away. She measured her with that elbow. Oh, and another one.
Ow, ow, ow.
Andrea Lee doing a number here on Bassett. 40 seconds remaining in the first round. Set for 5. Do you believe it'll go that far?
Just a hunch, but I don't think it is.
Goes to side control. Knee on belly now. Andrea improving her position. Cracks it into the ribs. Look at the trajectory. Look at the height off these knees. Fully chambered. They've got to hurt.
Bassett grabbing hold of that leg. She was not going to receive any more of those. This girl is taking a serious beating.
20 seconds away from a break here for Heather Bassett. Andrea Lee's going to have a 10-8 round here. Drills in another knee that'll make Bassett wish she played chess instead. Oh, this is just utter domination, abuse and assault. A beatdown from Andrea Lee. Sellout crowd in Bossier City, loving the display from their own.
Andrea Lee coming out and flurry and getting to work right away. See her go downstairs, then back upstairs, changing levels of attack. Poor Bassett catching everything. And then watch the elbow land. Boom. Now watch how quick the hematoma grows. Instantly starts to puff up. Look at that. One more time.
What I love about Andrea Lee, Pat, you watch her in action.
Watch this. Boom. Now watch the hematoma grow.
Straight away. My word. You watch Andrea in action and you see her exploit my two favorite striking arts, the Muay Thai and the Kyokushin. It is so apparent the way she uses both Muay Thai and Kyokushin in mixed martial arts. Superb.
Yes.
Bassett's got to find a way to change the game here. Got to find a way to swing the pendulum.
She walked into that.
There's those looping head kicks that Bassett can perform, but Andrea's got to be careful of. Some dirty boxing on the inside from Bassett.
Bassett's there with the forearm across the hips, trying to block Andrea Lee out. To no avail, but rolls through. Nice.
Okay, Bassett top position. Is there a glimpse of hope now for Bassett? Half guard for her.
She's got to get after it now. I'd like to hear what Red Schaefer's saying now.
Bassett trying to work, looking if she can find a submission on Andrea Lee. She was absolutely thrashed in the first round. Much better here from Bassett on the ground where she wants to be.
Bassett cannot let her get back to her feet. Got to pull that post arm out from underneath her.
Got to keep Andrea Lee on her back.
Trying to get to the mount. You can see it. She's prying with that left shin. Andrea, good job there fighting back for position.
Toes out of the cage. Toes out of the cage.
Bassett working hard. Andrea Lee trying to control her posture. Doesn't want any ground and pound. That's what Bassett predicted yesterday. She said, I'll win in the second round. I'll win via ground and pound. Andrea Lee now top position for KGB.
Got in too big of a hurry there. Bassett.
Heather Bassett on her back now. A seesawer here in the second round. What can Andrea do from top position? The corner wanted to posture up and drop the elbows.
Andrea maybe not wanting to take any more chances on the ground with her. Stay a little tighter.
Tonya Evinger in the corner there of Heather Bassett.
Bassett working hard underneath here.
Just keep popping her.
With that half butterfly going.
Find that air, you're doing
Halfway
good.
through the second round. We are set for 5 here. Certainly not the assault that Bassett weathered in the opening stanza. Closes the guard now, locking down the right arm. Well, she's got Andrea locked up, though. The worst thing that could happen would be a restand from the referee.
Much more reserved out of Andrea Lee here. Maybe she's wanting to stand up, just do nothing, lay on top of her, have the ref do the work for her.
Close guard again from Bassett. It is showing from Heather here in the second. First one was a 10-8 for Andrea Lee.
Yeah, Andrea wants no more of the ground. Doesn't look like it.
Gonna swing the legs a little. Tried to pop Bassett as she came up with that right hand. Wrenches the neck, pushes her off, creates distance. Lee stalks forward, throws a looping left, jigs into the bread basket with the left hand. Hands are low here on Andrea. I don't think she's fazed by anything that Bassett presents in her hands. Oh, how taste my feet.
Yeah, then she ate a vicious right hand from Andrea Lee.
Andrea just dumps her like yesterday's garbage. Well, she'll let her off. Oh, hits her on the hematoma twice.
Oh, my goodness.
Twice on the hematoma.
Got to hand it to Bassett, man. She's got a lot of heart.
And that golf ball's become an egg now. It's an egg on her forehead. Andrea Lee, forearm across her throat. Folds her in half with a knee to the breast. And backs off. Clever there from Andrea. Outside crescent kick. She slipped. Can Bassett capitalize?
Didn't bounce on her quick enough. Andrea lucked out a little bit there.
Better showing from Bassett in this round.
10 seconds.
She's going to see out the second, move into the third. See Tonya Evinger coaching her through these final seconds. 2 down. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter at Chevello Voice, at Pat Miletich, at Arcrux. Sellout here in Bossier City.
In deep water, she's not.
She's tired right
Every
now.
round, she's getting more tired.
She's tired. She's throwing careless shit now. Now's your time to move in and out. You start faking
Wow.
it. In
Look
and
at
out.
that hematoma.
Throw them jabs. You're getting her with all them jabs.
They're trying to work on it.
Off at the end of your hand. That's right, at the end of your shot. Don't let her.
There's that front kick to the face, and it gets caught, and then the big right hand to the jaw. Miss Bassett. And while she's getting up, not protecting herself, getting drilled again.
Tight, whizzing in, upper tuck. Doing great. That was a great round.
Second down, let's go. Second down, let's go.
Third round of 5, Andrea Lee, Heather Bassett. 10-9 going the way of Lee in the second, says Pat. We roll into the third. Bassett's got to get Lee down to the ground quick.
Yeah.
Lee still looking fresh, bouncing up and down. Hands on hips for Bassett. And that huge hematoma. It's now an avocado on her forehead.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's the third round of 5. Third of 5.
Roundhouse kick.
Walking right in and grabbing her.
Andrea shrugs her off. Bassett trying to put hands on her. Good jab from Lee. Backs her up. Let's go to Ron in Bassett's corner. Ron.
Yeah, Tonya Evinger, the current Invicta champ, and Red Schaefer both said that they want to have Bassett continue to take her down and throw more knees. And what was interesting, they all started laughing at one point. Michael, I asked them, what were you laughing at? And they said that Heather didn't know what city she was in. Not from the hit. She just had no clue where they were at. Michael.
Thanks, Ron. Andrea inside a half guard. Coaching her through every moment here.
And really trying to pry out of this. They keep telling her to use her foot.
And she does.
Nice job passing.
Andrea Lee. And she finds a submission on Bassett.
Nice job grabbing that wrist, the backside there.
Got the back. Climbs aboard.
Got in a bit of a hurry, pretty high.
She wants to choke her out. Is this it for Andrea Lee? Is she going to become the champion of the world?
Pretty tight.
Andrea squeezing. Squeezing. Can Bassett survive?
Bassett showing heart once again.
And she does. Bassett free for the moment. Andrea Lee will look to reset.
Oh, look at her trying to turn into her. She got to get her hips up, though. That came down to who was going to get their hips up first.
Full mount now for KGB Lee. Bassett in trouble.
Is Lee going to take an arm bar? I don't know. Arm triangle potentially. You can see Lee way up high to take those hips out of the equation for Bassett. She can't bump her around now. Off balance her.
High mounts here for Andrea Lee. All over Heather Bassett. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third round. Bassett came in a huge underdog. In the third round is further than a lot of people thought she'd get.
Andrea Lee targeting the hematoma with her elbows.
Nasty, nasty woman, Andrea Lee.
When one of those explodes, it's not pretty.
Andrea continues to hunt after.
Oh, this is bad.
And now the armbar!
She's good at that. Oh, look at the poor girl fighting out of that.
That's good.
Wow. Great sportsmanship between the two.
Third round armbar. Andrea Lee, the LFA flyweight champion of the world.
Both girls obviously very tired. A lot of effort put into that one.
Jubilation for Lee. David Maldonado applies the cold pack straight to that hematoma. That small animal on the forehead of Heather Bassett. At least she's smiling.
TSA is going to get a treat tomorrow when she shows up at the airport. They're like, what the hell did you go through last night?
What a warrior, Heather Bassett.
Yeah, she really is.
Let's see how Andrea Lee captured the world title.
Walking those legs up. Watch how she turns the angle here to block that arm off. See how she pinches the arm, traps it underneath her arm, and keeps it there. That really gives a lot of leverage. Reach back, grab your own glute, and then extend your hips. That's a brutal submission.
Okay, let's go to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Stan McCandlish calls a stop to the fight in 3 minutes, 40 seconds into the third and final round for your winner. By tap out, due to armbar, Andrea KGB Lee, your new LFA flyweight world champion.
The president of LFA, Ed Soares, puts the gold around the waist of Andrea Lee. What a moment here, what emotions.
Andrea Lee, congratulations. Can you put into words right now what it means to be the first ever LFA female champion?
It feels so surreal. It feels unreal. But first, I just want to shout out, I want to give this belt, and trying to have a friend out here in the audience who is fighting a way tougher fight than I am. And Melissa Reeves, I just want to give this fight to you. You're a real champion.
You've worked extremely hard for this moment. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Bassett, so tough, and it was tough to finish her, but take us through how you ended this fight.
You know, the whole time I could hear my corners screaming to me, chopping elbows, and posture up. But I knew that her arm was wrapped tight around my waist. I knew there was a submission there. And, you know, she was really tough. And I knew that the longer this fight would go on, the more my options would dwindle. So I saw that one opportunity and I took it, and I just started torquing until I knew she'd tap.
Well, you came out and knocked the fresh off of her very quickly. You didn't get to end the fight there, but in the second you had an RNC. How close did you think it was to the fight being over at that point?
Damn, I thought it was really tight. I was talking myself through it. I was like, there's no way she's not going to get this. I could feel it. It was tight. And I just couldn't close the distance. I just had like a little bit to go, but she was holding hard. She's fighting it off. She wanted this belt just as bad as I did. She was able to break free, but I knew that I had one more opportunity, and that's when I took it.
Well, as we saw from the feature, I know that you are a family woman. Your husband, Donnie, in your corner. And, of course, your baby girl, Ainsley, was not able to be here tonight. Do you have a message for her?
Ainsley, I love you so much. I hope that you're at home watching this. I know you're probably in bed, but just want you to be proud of Mommy.
I think she is. Give it up for the first ever LFA female champion, Andrea Lee.
Emotional moment here for Andrea Lee. The first ever LFA flyweight champion. And folks, the featherweight title is on the line when we return for our main event.
I want Kevin. I don't care. Title, no title. I want Kevin. I know your back's not hurt. I hear they're looking for a featherweight matchup, so I'm ready to go as soon as these guys get me on the next card.
Well, Welcome back to Bossier City, Louisiana. Welcome back inside the Horseshoe Casino. It's Legacy Fighting Alliance number 4. Michael Schiavello, Pat Miletich with you. Pat, it is time for our main event. The Featherweight Championship is up for grabs as Damon Jackson comes in the favourite against Kevin Aguilar. Let's talk first of all about Kevin Aguilar. Aguilar says he'll knock out Damon Jackson in the second round. If he's going to do that, how does he do it? How does he beat Damon Jackson tonight?
Well, he's got to use feints and fakes. He's got to keep him at a distance. He's got to establish his jab, in my mind. Damon Jackson can walk in and get tied up, get takedowns, things like that if he doesn't. So I think once he establishes that jab and he can use a little bit of trickery with that jab and keep Jackson back. Jackson takes bad shots from a distance, wears himself out a little bit. That's something that Aguilar definitely needs to do in this fight, and he needs to hurt Jackson early.
If the fight goes to ground, how much of an advantage is it for Damon Jackson in that position?
I think Damon Jackson is better on the ground, I think without a doubt. He's gone against tougher competition overall. You know, Damon Jackson is a guy who's been in the UFC. He's gone against very tough people. And when you have the pressure of the UFC and you're used to that level of pressure and the level of competition that you're against in the UFC, it really does tighten up your game.
Speaking of pressure, Jackson said that would really be the undoing of Aguilar here tonight. He said that Aguilar is going to be under so much pressure on the ground, he's going to eventually give him a choke.
Well, you know, I mean, guys can tend to panic, but I don't know if Aguilar is definitely going to or going to panic necessarily, but one little mistake on the ground with a guy with the experience on the ground of a Jackson can get you in hot water really, really fast.
Okay, let's take a look at the Access TV Fights rankings for this division now. Ione Barcelos, the RFA champion, number 1. Matt Bessette coming off a cracking victory, CS champion, a few weeks ago, number 2. Damon Jackson at 3. Kevin Aguilar at 4. Levan Makashvili from CES at 5. That is a stacked division, the featherweights, Pat.
And it's stacked for the next 5 to 10 guys down below that, Michael. I mean, this is really a tough weight division, not only here, but also in the UFC. The UFC is stacked, and that's why a guy like Bessette hasn't been moved up to the UFC yet, because they are stacked worldwide in this weight division. Toughest weight division easily could be this weight division in the world.
Certainly makes it fun for us as you see a stacked Access TV Fights rankings. Let's go backstage now to Rove and Ronnie Kruk. What's the vibe backstage before this world title match, Ron?
Well, Michael, hey, we are in the fight promoting business, and I think both Kevin Aguilar and Damon Jackson have done their part to hype up this fight, and I think both of them are sick of talking and are ready just to get into that cage and let their handiwork talk for them now. I was just in the Damon Jackson locker room, and they were more serious. The team was very focused and quiet. Meanwhile, in the Aguilar locker room a little while ago, I went back there, and they were very loose. They were kidding with Kevin about my interview I did with him earlier. They said, next time get us on camera. He's no good on camera. They were having a lot of fun, and Kevin seemed to be very relaxed. But it's time. Let's let them do their fighting in the cage. This should be a good one. Michael and Pat, back to you.
Thanks, Ron. It should be an absolute ripper. The Featherweight Championship of the World is up for grabs. Damon Jackson takes on Kevin Aguilar. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the LFA4 main event of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Damon "The Leech" Jackson.
The Leech, Damon Jackson, trained by Safe Stud. Look out for the jab, look out for the rear naked choke. Said he carried his camp on from his last fight. Says he has no respect for Kevin Aguilar. Called him out for faking an injury. There is genuine bad blood between these two. Let's get some comments from the super coach on the Leech, Damon Jackson.
I'm Pat Miletich. We're going to work on and keys to victory for Damon Jackson right now. And joining me today is Ryan Superman Spann. You've seen him fight on our network, very explosive, exciting fighter himself. For Damon Jackson, I feel while they're on their feet, he needs to throw a lot of kicks in this fight. He needs to damage the legs of Aguilar, because Aguilar is a very quick fighter. He can get in, get out quickly, cut angles quickly. And if Damon Jackson can damage those legs of Aguilar, he should be able to at least catch up to him and also make Aguilar cover the gap with big punches, exposing himself to those takedowns that Damon Jackson ultimately wants to get on him. So really, that's the key, is the kicks for Damon Jackson.
Comments from the super coach. Can Damon Jackson employ the right game plan here tonight to take the championship?
Please welcome his opponent, making his way to the LFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Kevin, the Angel of Death, Aguilar.
Great ovation here for the Angel of Death, Kevin Aguilar. 4-1 in his last 5, comes in tonight on a 3-fight winning streak, this purple belt in BJJ. There's the hat trick over Alex Black, David Bosnick and Tony Kelly. 8-week camp for Aguilar. Says he's going to stay on the outside, stay striking. Let's get some comments again from the super coach.
What Kevin Aguilar has to do to win this fight really is one thing. We know he's a great striker, and we know he's got great angles. But against Damon Jackson, he's got to be able to use those feints and fakes to keep Damon Jackson guessing. That'll make Damon Jackson take double leg takedown attempts from a distance that he can see and get out. And also, when he starts to get trapped against the cage, he needs to use those feints and fakes to get Damon Jackson to freeze so that he can skate out, get back to the center of the cage, and he needs to stay there this entire fight to win.
Can Kevin Aguilar do it here tonight and defeat Jackson? Jackson will come in the favourite, -300. Aguilar at +220. Here's the tail of the tape for the featherweight championship of the world. Experience is similar, age is the same. 4 inches taller is Jackson. He is slightly heavier, gives up an inch in reach in the arms, has 2 inches in the legs. The experts fight gauge for this one, striking Aguilar, ground game Jackson, speed goes to Aguilar, strength goes to Jackson, endurance is even. What a fight, Gage, what a fight, let's do it, the big one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the LFA Featherweight World Championship. It is brought to you by Inca Cola, the Golden Cola. Unleash your inner warrior with an ice-cold Inca Cola tonight. Check us out on the web, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Inca Cola USA. That's Inca with a C, Cola with a K, USA. For those watching around the world on Access TV, and for those here in Bossier City, Louisiana, are you ready for? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This wrestler stands 5'11", weighed in at 144.8 pounds. Holding a professional mixed martial arts record, 11 wins, 1 loss and 1 no contest. 8 wins coming by way of submission, 2 by way of knockout. Training out of Fortis MMA and fighting out of Dallas, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, your former Legacy Featherweight World Champion, Damon "The Leech" Jackson. His opponent across the LFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 5'7", weighed in at 142.9 pounds, holding a professional mixed martial arts record, 11 wins, 1 defeat, with 7 wins coming by way of knockout, 2 via submission. Training out of Team 515 and fighting out of Longview, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, your former Legacy Featherweight World Champion, Kevin, the Angel of Death, Aguilar. Your referee in charge of the actions, Buddy Caskey.
All right, fellas, this is a title fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. You've already been given your pre-fight instructions. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. You can touch gloves now if you'd like. Go back to your corner, be ready to fight.
What a stare down. The main event set for 5 rounds. Damon Jackson, Kevin Aguilar for the Featherweight Championship of the World. Michael Chiavello, Pat Miletich, Ron Kruk with you. A sold-out crowd inside the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana.
Jackson during that stare down, towering over Aguilar, much bigger.
Both men with long training camps. Both say they're fully prepared and have a game plan. Jackson early on with a head kick off the left. Body shot from Aguilar. Aguilar should have speed in the hands. Aguilar high on the balls of his feet, constantly moving.
Aguilar using feints and fakes, but Needs to sell him a little better.
Oh, he tagged him with the left hand.
He's got to set his kicks up with hands first.
He can't throw sloppy kicks against Kevin Aguilar. He'll make you pay with the counters.
Yeah. Oh, tried that head kick. Almost got there. That was close.
Uppercut. Aguilar's corner saying, keep your left hand up, Kevin.
Damon Jackson using a lot of kicks so far. It'll also make Aguilar either maybe grab a hold of one of those legs and take him down. Jackson wants to be on the ground anyway. What the hell?
Plenty of cage coverage from both these men. Punt kick there from Damon Jackson.
Aguilar doing a good job stepping out of that usually.
Glancing right hand from Jackson, not enough mustard behind it. You can feel the intensity in this first round, and again he pops him with that left hand.
Cannot walk into those.
The reddening on the forehead already here on Damon Jackson. Aguilar's constant movement. High kick there from Jackson. Aguilar's flat-footed himself at the moment. Let's see what he does from here. Throws the power right hand.
Aguilar getting overextended on those punches. I think those kicks are starting to work a little bit and making him have a bigger safety zone, basically.
Jab from Aguilar, jab from Jackson.
See how far out Aguilar's standing.
Beautiful left hand again from Aguilar, popped him on the chin.
His jab's working. He needs to listen to his corner and use it more.
Aguilar landing his jab. Outside leg kick from Jackson.
Feinted and faked it that time. Got Jackson to throw the kick and miss.
Chance go up for Kevin Aguilar. Roundhouse kick. Nice connection with the shin to the waist there from Jackson. High front kick. Jab two from Jackson. Full extension.
Those kicks can be really annoying.
Good catch of the kick and a little quarter turn and a pirouette in center cage there from Aguilar. Misses with the uppercut.
Oh, stuck in with that.
Third time in the round, he's popped him with that left hand.
Tell you what, when you're dropping people that much with a jab, you've got a good jab.
Oh, shattering right hand from Aguilar.
Jackson maybe wanted to look for a takedown. Exactly, I knew that was coming.
Hand speed winning out here on Aguilar as we thought it would.
Starting to feel the power.
Aguilar looking at time to get on the inside of those kicks. That one went dangerous towards the jaw. Jackson on the front foot now. Aguilar continually coming forward. Good jab again. Blocks the head back. Aguilar looking slick with his lead hand.
Yep. Controlling the fight with it.
Counters off the leg kick. Jumping front kick, looks for the counter, did Aguilar off the right hand, circles counterclockwise. Into the round. Let us know your scorecard on Twitter, at Chevello Voice, at Pat Miletich, at iCruck.
You're standing outside the range. I need you to get in there and fucking wrestle. You understand me? Get a hold.
Tell you what, Aguilar showing that beautiful jab of his. Perfect timing on it, stepping inside the kick there. And again, just really crisp jab. Jackson
catching his balance that time. There's one more when he wasn't even kicking and dropping him. Beautiful stuff. His corner's right. Keep using it.
20 seconds, calm down, breathe. 20 seconds, big breaths. Big breaths. 15 seconds.
Out, boys. Jump out.
10-9 Aguilar, courtesy of that lead hand. They stare at each other across the octagon.
Round two. Fight!
Jackson comes out jabbing.
Oh, nice right hand ducked underneath. Came with his own.
Let's go to Ron Kruk in Aguilar's corner.
Yeah, no shocking news here, Michael. They said keep working that jab, keep the hands up, and then once he hits the jab, follow it up with some big shots. Michael and Pat.
Thanks, Ron.
Sounds like solid advice to me.
Good jab again there from Aguilar. Jackson's been enjoying that front kick. There's the driving takedown he wanted. Now this is Jackson Lang.
Got him back against the cage, and there it was. Damon trying to pull him down away from the cage so he can't wall walk. Hook in the leg, nice.
Aguilar 2 wins by submission in his career. 8 by submission for Damon Jackson.
He was pinching the legs together with his elbow and tried to trap both legs with his legs. Look at him reaching behind his back trying to trap that arm. Jackson real good at just being a leech and working his way up slowly into stuff.
Jackson undefeated 5-0 with Legacy and LFA. Aguilar 5-1 in Legacy, 11-1 overall. And the fist strike from Jackson and the elbows. Aguilar tries to escape. And he does.
Nice job. Jackson got to walk him down again.
Incredibly intense world title fight. Looks for the double leg, throws an uppercut. Jackson, nothing working for him there. Aguilar threads the jab.
Battling to try and get that underhook back in. Jackson, good job blocking it out. Jackson trying to hook the leg maybe here. Blocking, taking forward or backwards. Kind of give him the choice. Nice inside trip there.
Back on the ground. Jackson top position, moves to half guard.
Quickly moving to different position. Not wanting to settle in here. Give Aguilar a chance to mount any wall walking.
Elbow there from Jackson.
Jackson punishing him now a little bit.
Top position still Jackson. Peppers to the body and then at the head.
Oh, nice.
Jackson looking to see the submission.
Aguilar trying to get across the body here to protect his neck.
It's getting tight. It's getting tight.
Jackson said Aguilar would give up the choke.
Wow.
But he pops the head out and Aguilar is free.
Jackson getting his hips back here, trying to get back in on the legs.
Aguilar bleeding from somewhere. Gut munching knee almost lifted him off the canvas. Is it the nose of Aguilar that's bleeding here?
Looks like it. Aguilar looks like he's getting a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued from this wrestling.
Elbow to the spine there. Referee didn't see it.
Nasty elbow to the side of the head.
Damon Jackson getting nasty in that round.
Listen, hold on. Listen, can you stop it? You can't fucking stop it. Get him against the fence. Stop punching from back up.
Deep breath here.
Listen, the arm triangle was there, right? You're setting it up, right? I need short elbows. Don't raise up so much. Stay low. He played that deep half and he came out. You did a great job of raising. Listen to me. Take him fucking down.
Jackson, nice job timing this. Good power takedown here. Really drove through Aguilar's body on that. Also being smart here. Getting that inside trip, pulling that leg out from underneath Aguilar. Jackson punishing him on the ground a little bit during this round, really landing some good elbows. Got Aguilar bleeding pretty good.
One round apiece. Going into the third of 5. World title on the line. Oh, beautiful jab again from Aguilar.
Aguilar has a huge hematoma over his left eye. Oh, big right.
Bang to the kiss up from Damon Jackson. Oh, that is swollen up nicely, and Jackson hits it again. They are throwing heavy leather now.
This is when. Oh, nice knee. Good timing on that.
Oh, killed the overhand right superbly, did Jackson.
Damon Jackson, beautiful.
Aguilar getting stuck in the clinch of the high knee from Jackson.
Good timing, and that's tying him up, going for the takedown now. Got him hurt. Smart.
Takedown.
Scored some big points with those strikes. Jackson looking great, getting confident here.
Let's go to Ron in Jackson's corner. Ron.
Guys, the quick update was they wanted him to target that hematoma. They saw it going, and that's what he was doing. They want to keep him in close.
This is
Back
tight.
to you.
This is tight.
Has Jackson got it now?
Aguilar starting to weasel out of it, maybe.
Aguilar escaped to the previous round, and Jackson's got this slapped on pretty tight. Can Aguilar get free?
Wow.
He does. Aguilar survives. What a round so far for Jackson, Pat.
Absolutely, but look at Aguilar taking his back here almost.
Aguilar trying to swing the pendulum.
Baby. Look at, he's got the arm trapped, reach behind his back. Jackson can't push on that knee to keep it out of there.
Jackson's face open to those left hands from Aguilar. Can't generate enough power to do any real damage, but they're annoying all the same.
Jackson scooting his hips back here.
That's Aguilar's blood on the back of Jackson.
Jackson can't seem to get his leg up. Tired. Oh, look at that. Jackson needs that right foot there. He needs to get up there.
What a tremendous contest.
Jackson tired. Said this fight could easily come down to endurance. Who's got the gas tank?
Big hematoma over the eye of Aguilar. Good jab again from Aguilar. Going back to what he did in that first round. The jab won him the first round.
Jackson, a little lethargic there with those punches.
Jackson tries for the knee. Lazy front kick. Back kick. Aguilar on his back. Jab again from Aguilar.
Jackson got to keep coming forward here, get those takedowns, get into an exchange, and then drop levels.
Right hand. Oh, caught him there.
That stung him. He's backing up.
Punt kick from Jackson. Aguilar's got to go back to that jab.
Oh, the big kibosh! That's good! Not freaking Irene! One punch knockout! Kevin Aguilar, champion of the world!
Wow.
That was awesome!
Blistering right hand. So Damon Jackson's okay, because that was a violent right hand. That was a hell of a fight. I think we have pretty good jobs, Michael.
That's
pretty damn good Friday nights for us.
That was amazing.
They were back and forth in this round. Jackson coming forward and load. You know what? When you drop your hand to throw a punch, you telegraph something's coming. You deserve to get hit like that, just being very frank. He telegraphed it all the way. Gave Aguilar a clean path right to his jaw, his right leg folded up underneath him. Wow. Beautiful. Yep, telegraphing punches will get you hurt in this game.
Jackson still astral traveling. Aguilar over the moon.
Ed Suarez just saying that's got to be on ESPN's top 10. I'd say so.
How could it not be? Look at Jackson.
You're going to have a headache.
He is still out of it. Eyes rolling around in his head. Kevin Aguilar, my word. A highlight reel knockout, if ever I've seen one.
Damon Jackson will be going for a CAT scan this evening, probably.
Let's go to the resplendent Mike Kendall to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Buddy Caskey, stops the fight at 4 minutes, 5 seconds into the fourth round for your winner by knockout and new LFA Featherweight World Champion, Kevin, the Angel of Death, Aguilar.
Ed Suarez puts the gold around Aguilar's waist. Champion of the world is going to have a chat with Ron Crack.
All right, Kevin Aguilar, you told us in the fight meetings yesterday that you're going to keep him on the outside. You're going to you worked on your takedown defense, and then when he let his hands down, you were going to knock him out. That's pretty much what you did.
Yes, sir. I like to train him for exactly what I do. I go out there and I fight. I knew he was a great wrestler, a good grappler. That's how he wins most of his fights, and I had to be on point for that. You know, if it wasn't for the great trainers of my team, 515, Derek Krantz, Mike Amber, James Compton, Wade Pomeroy, Larry Maxim, my whole team back at home in Longview, Texas. Thank y'all. I couldn't have done it without y'all.
First round, you had that jab going, stinging him with shots, and then you finished him in the third. Let's look at some of the highlights. Talk us through it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My boxing coach, James Compton, told me to keep it on the feet and to really stick him with that jab, to really find an opening for him. And then finally, when I feel it, capitalize with that right hand. And, man, it landed perfectly from what I remember. Yeah. Wow. Okay. James Compton, thank you. Yes, sir. Levi Moles, I hope you were watching, buddy.
Highlight reel knockout for sure. Kevin Aguilar, how satisfying is this to KO the man that basically told you that you faked an injury to get out of that first fight?
I wanted to make it, you know, like, I wanted to make it known that I wasn't faking an injury. I would never try to duck and dodge the best opponents out there. Damon Jackson's a very good game opponent, and, you know, I was honored to fight him, and, you know, we got a little conflict going, you know, because he thought I backed out, but, you know, I came here tonight to prove it, that I didn't, you know. I wasn't trying to duck him or dodge him. It was an honor to fight him, and, you know, the best of luck to him in the future.
Yeah, both of you, what a performance tonight. The Access TV Fights rankings have number 1, Raoni Barcelos up there. What do you think about that matchup next?
Oh, man, like I always tell y'all, like I tell my coaches, the next best fight for me is the next best competitor. You know, whoever is at the top, I want to get that much taller.
Do you have a message for Barcelos?
You know, we were scheduled originally to fight. And, you know, if the organization wants to make it happen, I'm more than happy to take it. You know, whatever comes my way, I'm going to take it.
Kevin Aguilar, congratulations. You are the inaugural LFA Featherweight Champion of the World. Michael and Pat, back to you.
Thanks, Ron. Bringing the house down, Kevin Aguilar, in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. Upcoming events here on Access TV. Next week we're in Denver, Colorado for what should be an amazing main event. Marcus Edwards takes on Adam Townsend. Lion fight March 3rd over on the East Coast. LFA 6 on March 10 in San Antonio, Texas, and we'll feature the best of LFA so far. Best of the first 6 on March 17. Main event next week is going to be an absolute cracker, Pat. Marcus Edwards, this man epitomizes explosiveness.
Oh, he's a blast to watch, man. Sick power in his hands. Good wrestling skills. Just super aggressive, nonstop action with him. And I'm excited. I love watching this guy. Anytime we get a chance to call his fight, I'm pumped.
12-4 record on lightweight, Marcus Edwards. There you see some of the stylings of the ultra-aggressive Edwards. He takes on a man who is no slouch in the violent stakes of his own. 16-4, Adam Townsend.
Adam Townsend, also a fun guy to watch. This is really going to be a hell of a fight because both these guys are very powerful. Both have heavy hands, both good wrestlers. Townsend, a former collegiate football standout. I mean, he really was a stud, little running back in college. So he's super explosive. Anybody can win this fight. There'll be a lot of leather flying, I know that.
So join us next Friday night from Denver, Colorado for LFA 5. We've also got Corey Sandhagen and Jamal Emmers in the co-main event on that night. Folks, what a night it's been here at LFA 4 from a sold-out Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana. From myself, Michael Chiavello, my verbal sparring partner, Pat Miletich, and Roven Ronnie Clark. We'll catch you next Friday night live from Denver, Colorado. Until then, take care, and we'll see you for LFA number 5.